black pants and the gold hawk on the black helmet. Valley City coming in with their traditional home blues with the powder blue top with the navy trimmings. Got the navy pants and the navy helmet with the railroad across the top and the VC on the side. Current conditions right now 66 degrees here in Valley City as Valley City getting set to head into the locker room. We'll be back here in a little bit with the Sanford Health Valley City pregame show after this quick break. Keep it locked right here on 1490 AM and 96.3 FM KOVC.
CHI Mercy Health of Valley City has openings for full-time or part-time CNAs, occupational therapist, and certified occupational therapy assistant. They're also seeking a full-time nutrition service supervisor with a $5,000 sign-on bonus available for this position. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City also has openings for registered nurses, full-time or part-time, with a $15,000 sign-on bonus available. For more information and to apply, head to mercyhospitalvalleycity.org under the Careers tab.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
Every body is different. Some experience injuries, while others need extra support.
I'll help you, Grandma.
At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, your health is what matters most. Our orthopedics and sports medicine team care for you and your unique needs. Their goal is to help you live your best life. Choose Jamestown Regional Medical Center for care of hips, shoulders, knees, and broken bones. Learn more at jrmcnd.com/orthopedics.
Why choose professional eye care centers? Let me count the whys. First, there are now 4 great doctors to see. Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangula, and now welcoming Dr. Bond. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, and Edgeley. And finally, their fantastic frame selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are back warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers. Clearly the best.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
We are back here with the Sanford Health Valley City pregame show here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good. Let's take a look right now at the Doppler radar. Just got a little ping on the old cellular device saying that we might have some rain on the horizon. The good news is most of the rain is over towards the western side of the state. That side essentially from what's going to be in about, I'd say, at 6 o'clock from Jamestown to about Dickinson, just on a straight line. Going to have rain coming down in it. Valley City getting really the tail end of it. The thing to keep an eye on here is this cell that we got moving up here from South Dakota. Right now that cell coming in now just a little bit north of Pierre, right around Redfield, and that is just coming up at an angle to where it's going to just come through Valley City. So if you think of a golf swing right now, that essentially the club is where Pierre is, and it's just slowly moving up towards Valley City. So you don't know how the pendulum's going to change. You don't know how it's going to divert, but the concern possibly could be when does it get here, but it looks like right now that's going to stall out right about 8 o'clock. So might see a few drizzles here and there, but looks like that we overall will stay pretty dry for today's game. Let's get to our preview today of West Fargo. West Fargo coming in off a 26-20 win over Wapaton, and this game very important for playoff seeding. Essentially, if you are Valley City, you want to avoid the 8th seed. You want to avoid being the 8 seed, because that seed plays Fargo North, and Fargo North might just be the best team in the state this year with their running game, with their defense. They have been an absolute wagon this year. So if you have to play them, you would most rather want to be on the opposite side of the bracket or just have to play them in the semifinals. Fargo South, also a pretty darn good team this year as well. So if you're Valley City and you're kind of looking around going like, okay, what seed do we want to be? What seed is going to have us avoid playing Fargo South and Fargo North until we absolutely have to play one of them? That would be the 6 seed or the 5 seed. You have games right now that are on the schedule, and for Valley City, it's going to kind of come down to beating the right teams at the right time. And as kind of puzzling as that might sound, West Fargo Horace is the right team to beat right now. They are 2-2. They're probably occupying that 6th to 5th seed. So if you beat them, you're probably into that spot. Then you have Wahpeton. Wahpeton's had a tough season this year. You beat them next week, you're probably still on that 5th, 6th line. And then you get to Jamestown and Grand Forks Central. Right there is probably going to be necessary to get a split in one of those 2 games, because you just got to make sure that you win those things. So Valley City essentially can lock a spot in the playoffs with a win today, but the kind of making sure you get the ideal matchup, and the ideal matchup for Valley City would probably be playing Dickinson again. That matchup would probably require Valley City to win the majority of their games they got going on right now. Their last game of the season will be at Fargo South. A win at Fargo South would be huge for Valley City, but it's not a win that you can necessarily throw in the bank. There's not a lot of wins you can throw in the bank right now. West Fargo Horace and Wahpeton, probably the 2 biggest games of the season in determining where Valley City is going to be seated if they do make the state tournament. So we got a big game here on homecoming. That's what you want. You want your homecoming game to mean something, and this game will most certainly mean something. Let's get to our starting lineups for Valley City, brought to you by CHI Mercy Health. Hello, human kindness. Let's get to those starting lineups. Bring them up real quick. Again, for Valley City, same starting lineup that we've usually been seeing. With the defense, it'll be Caden Amin over at linebacker, followed up by Connor Swear, and Will Schwer will be up there as well. Defensive backs will be Jonah Harstead, Colton Griebel, and Carver Peterson, and Derek Shape. Defensive line will be Carter Borg, Scott Rohde, Christian Butler, and Dylan Hunt. For the offense, it's essentially the same cast of characters going out there. At the running back position, we got Carter Borg and Connor Sir. Quarterback today is going to be Bryson Heck. Wide receivers are Derek Shape and Jonah Harstad. Offensive line is going to be Will Schwer, Scott Rohde, Brant Mueller, Peyton Olson, and Christian Butler. Dylan Hunt, the tight end today for Valley City. And those are the Valley City starting lineup, brought to you by CHI Mercy Health. And again, for Valley City, it's just going to be important to kind of move on. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, is move on after a disappointing game versus Dickinson. Because defensively, you played well. And it's so hard to say that after a loss. It's like you never want to, coming from that athlete mindset, you never want to hear how well you played in a loss because you lost. But bottom of the line is you did play well. The passing game, Dickinson didn't get anything going. 43 yards passing, and offensively, they had 136 rushing yards, but you have to remember 41 of those came on one play. So when the actual line for how they ran the ball is closer to about 37 carries for a little bit close to 90 yards, that's a little bit more reflective of how Dickinson was running the ball rather than the 38 carries, 136 that they had. Your defense also forced 3 fumbles. Your special teams got a block punt. There was some good to take away, but the offense is going to have to get going. Passing, they were around 50%, 19 of 40, 157 yards, but the 2 interceptions really did hurt them. 1 interception was to close out the game down 2 scores, but for Valley City, it has to come down to getting the offense going. Like I said before, when you make mistakes against Watford City, when you make mistakes against Turtle Mountain, you can live with those mistakes just because you can just run by the team on sheer talent. When you get down to teams that are a bit more on your level, you have to play well in all facets of the game. And for West Fargo Horace, They are coming in after winning a 26-20 offensive shootout. And you might say, well, 26-20, I've seen higher offensive shootouts than that. This is a team that's coming in after putting up 409 total yards of offense, 249 of those on the ground, 160 passing yards. And they did allow some passing yards. They did allow some offense as well, 122 passing yards, 197 rushing yards. So that should be something that Valley City should want to take advantage of, is try to get that running game going. If they can get it going early and give themselves the opportunity to keep a team at bay. The best way I can describe the running game, the best way I can describe the intermediate passing game is to compare it to other sports. It really is like a jab in boxing. It's never going to knock someone out solo-handedly, but it is going to keep a team at bay. It is going to be able just to keep them honest, and it sets up your big plays. And that's really what Valley City needs to do. They were swinging for the fences the entire time against Dickinson. Dickinson, though, was just slippery enough to miss out, and Valley City didn't execute quite well enough to knock out Dickinson. So for Valley City, it's just going to come down to execution in this game. Be able to run the ball effectively, be able to find positive yards on first and second down, give yourself a chance on third down to convert, and defensively, don't let the big play happen. The big play in that game against Dickinson was that 41-yard touchdown run. Looking on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard, looks like we got 5 minutes to go until the opening kick. We got Valley City coming out. Looks like they are lining up perhaps for the national anthem. Still waiting for Horace to potentially come out. Wait for the official announcement right there before we take the break. As far as some of the college football scores going on right now, let's check the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Wisconsin with a early 14-3 lead over Purdue in some Friday night Big Ten action. Wisconsin on the road in Purdue up 14-3. And North Carolina State and Virginia just getting underway. 8:54 left to go in the first quarter. So we will take a quick pause, hopefully, and when we come back, we will have the start of today's game between the Valley City Highliners and the West Fargo Horse Hawks. Here on your Voice of the Valley, 1490 AM and 96.3 FM, KOVC.
Lieber's Foods, best quality, best price. Lieber's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lieber's Foods, they make everything right. Lieber's Foods.
All this week at Lever's Foods, rake in the savings on preferred Angus boneless beef arm roast, $4.88 a pound. New crop Honeycrisp apples, just $1.99 a pound. And Brew Pub Latza Matza Pizza, only $6.89 each. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Remember to observe caution in and around the area during construction.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
This is Amy Heim, nurse practitioner with Sanford Health. Well child checks are important visits for children of every age. Yearly well child checks are recommended for children 3 and older and more frequently for those younger than 3. It is at these visits that growth, development, and preventative care are addressed in an effort to keep children as healthy as possible. Recommended immunizations are also discussed and provided at these visits. Call 742-3267 to schedule at your local Sanford Health Clinic in Ellendale, Foreman, Gwinner, Lemoore, Lisbon, or Oaks.
This is Charlotte Inkstead, a former Valley City Highliner and Valley City State Viking, and now a member of the Viking Booster Board. I've experienced firsthand the support our Valley City community has for VCSU. Donations to scholarships and support for the Vikings can truly make a difference in the lives of student athletes. However you'd like to be involved, we'd love to have you on our team. It can be as simple as making a donation to Century Club scholarships, showing up and cheering on the Vikings, or joining me and other volunteers on the Booster Board. For more information, contact Viking Athletics at 701-845-7160.
When gathering around the table with family and friends or enjoying a quiet meal by yourself, make certain you have the finest cuts of meat from Valley Meat Supply. Quality steaks and pork chops that make every bite a true delight. Valley Meat offers a wide variety to satisfy every taste and budget, including incredible sausage, several varieties of cheese, baked beans, award-winning beef jerky and snack sticks, and a great selection of spices. Valley Meat Supply, your locally owned, locally sourced meat market, located on West Main Street in Valley City. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City has openings for full-time or part-time CNAs, occupational therapist, and certified occupational therapy assistant. They're also seeking a full-time nutrition service supervisor with a $5,000 sign-on bonus available for this position. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City also has openings for registered nurses, full-time or part-time, with a $15,000 sign-on bonus available. For more information and to apply, head to mercyhospitalvalleycity.org under the Careers tab.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
Ivy Real Estate Group, your locally owned real estate brokerage, is cheering for the home team. Listen to KOVC for the Ivy Real Estate Group Player of the Game following every Valley City Highliner and VCSU Vikings game.
Why choose professional eye care centers? Let me count the whys. First, there are now 4 great doctors to see: Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangula, and now welcoming Dr. Bond. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, and Edgeley. And finally, their fantastic frame selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Welcome everyone back here to Valley City at Hannah Field. We are moments away from the opening kick between the Valley City Highliners and the West Fargo Horace Hawks. This is Jerry Edwards here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC. Let's get to the starting lineups for the Horace Hawks, brought to you by CHI Mercy Health in Valley City. Hello, human kindness. For the Horace Hawks on offense, quarterback will be Taylor Stefanowicz. Running back will be a pair. It'll be Mason Johnson and Dylan Johnson. Dylan Johnson, 134 rushing yards last time out. Lucas Holsing, Gavin Olson, and Israel Bauer will be the wide receiver trio. And the offensive line is going to be Adam Bamba, Cole Somerville, Asher Kranz, Levi Gordon, and Carter Shank. So for Valley City, this is a very important game. In terms of seeding right now, if you look at the top 5 in terms of the state rankings, it is Fargo North at the top, followed up by Fargo South at second, Jamestown in third, Dickinson in fourth, and I believe Grand Forks Red River in fifth. Now, there is good news and bad news about having computers sort out rankings, and one of the good news is that they don't have eyeballs. It was like, they are logic. They look at the schedule in front of you. Media professionals like myself, we have eyeballs. And a lot of times, there's a lot of people that just look at the record. Grand Forks Red River has some very quality wins. They have a win over Jamestown, the number 3 team, and yet they're ranked below Dickinson. So when you kind of look how everything's going to shape out, it's more or less likely that Red River is going to supplant Dickinson in the standings eventually, which means you still probably want to be right around that 5th seed range. And so for Valley City, if you want to secure that 5th seed, if you want to be taking on perhaps Dickinson in the opening round instead of getting matched up with a very good Fargo North, Fargo South, or Jamestown team, that was very good, and it still has the talent to be very good this year. It is very important that you probably win these next two games against West Fargo, Horace, and Wapton. A win over West Fargo, Horace today essentially guarantees you your spot in the state playoffs, which is always important because you can't win a state championship unless you're in the state playoffs. So Valley City is going to be kicking off today. They're going to be kicking off from my right, kicking to my left. West Fargo Horace going from my left to my right. It is homecoming here in Valley City. Great crowd on hand. Student section is packed full over there on the right side. The West Fargo Horace student section, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what type of theme they're going through. I see a couple kids over in pink suits. But we are ready for football nonetheless, and we are underway. It's a spinning kick that's going to be fielded just behind the 5-yard line. Horace bringing the ball out, fading the ball at the middle, now bounces to the outside. They got some space to work with, but it's going to be swallowed up quickly just past the 20-yard line. Return was brought out by Israel Bowers, so Bowers going to get probably close to right around 15 yards on the return. Bauer had a lot of room in front of him up the middle, but tried to cut it to the outside. But again, that's the benefit of being up here in the box. I get the bird's eye view. Bauer did not. So Bauer had a lot of room up the middle, tried to cut it to the outside, and quickly got swallowed up. So we're underway here in Valley City. First drive of the game. It's going to be Taylor Stefanowicz at quarterback. He's got two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Man coming in motion. Going to be his top target from last week in Gavin Olson. Run the ball to the outside, and the Highliners are there to bust it up. Loss of 3 on the play. And so to bring up a second down and 13. Defensively, outside of one 41-yard run, the Valley City defense was stout against Dickinson. And so Valley City would love to duplicate that. They held them under 100 yards passing, and outside of that one 40-yard run, held them to just barely over 3 yards a carry. Second down and 13 coming up. Ball at just past the 20-yard line. Stefanowicz with trips out to the right. Solo man in the backfield off to the left. One wide receiver out to the left as well. Throwing over the middle, and that's going to be caught by Gavin Olson, who's going to be tackled right at the stick for the first down. So it's going to be interesting to see how they spot that ball. Looks like they're going to say he was about a yard short. So an 11-yard completion from Stefanowicz to Olson, and Olson was his favorite target last week. And Valley City's going to have to keep track of numero trace on the field at all times today. So big third down and 1 coming up here as Valley City's defense looking to hold the line. West Fargo Horace looking to avoid possibly going 3 and out. Stefanowicz has a bunch over to the right. Solo wide receiver split out far to the left. One man in the backfield is going to be Johnson. They run right up the middle. Will be enough for a first down. Brought down just past the 35-yard line. So big enough gain for a first down, gain of roughly 5 yards. And Horace will pick up the first down of the ball game. So ball spotted at the 37-yard line. First down and 10 coming up here for the Hawks. Stefanowicz coming in, bringing in the play. Looking over on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. 10-15 left to go in this first quarter. Two wide receivers moving out to the left. One in the narrow to the right. Stefanowicz in shotgun, sending Gavin Olson in motion. Stefanowicz turns around, hands the ball off. We got a flag on the play, which either means someone was lined up off sides or it's an illegal shift, illegal motion, a procedural penalty that's allowed to continue. So we will get the call right here. Gain was for roughly about 3-4 yards up the middle. Got the side judge bringing in the play to the white hat, and it looks like we are showing the plays going over that way. Oh, it is going to be a legal motion against Horace. They sent Gavin Olson in motion. Did not get that motion fully set by the time the play went off. So legal motion on West Fargo Horace. So it'll back them up about 5 yards. So first down, 15 coming up. Two wide receivers for Horace now splitting out to the left and to the right. Stefanowicz in shotgun. Dylan Johnson, the low man in the backfield. Johnson stays in the block. Valley City sending pressure. Ball's underthrown, and it's intercepted! Intercepted by the Highliners. They got space to work with, and they can find their footing, and they're going to be brought down at the 40, just past the 40-yard line. Valley City picks up a big interception. It's Ethan Miller, the defensive senior, coming in to make the interception, and the Highliners have momentum early on in this ball game. Ball was underthrown as all Ethan Miller had to do was turn around and let the ball hit him in his hands. Had to fight Gavin Olson for it and made a great play nonetheless. So Valley City's defense picking up where they left off. As an interception gives Highliners primo field position early on in this ball game. So Bryson Heck in shotgun, turns around, hands the ball off up the middle. Good run up the middle. As this will be just shy of a first down. Got to get to about the 29-yard line. Valley City got it to the 30. And so that was Caden Amen on the carry. So 2nd down and 2 coming up here. Ball on the 31-yard line. So for Bryson Heck, had 50% completion percentage last time out. He's just going to need to be able to run the ball. He's just going to be able to manage the game more effectively. And Caden Amen, the starting running back for Valley City early on. And so this is going to be a keeper right up the middle. Heck's got the lane and scoots through, brought down just shy of the 25-yard line. So a good 5-yard scamper there by Heck, and that's going to bring up our first Dairy Queen first down of the game. Whether it's before or after the game, for all your treats and eats, make sure you head on over to a Dairy Queen for all your treats and eats. I got that Snickerdoodle and Pumpkin Spice Blizzard back up in action. That sounds excellent right now on this crisp, cool fall day. 8.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Valley City with their first down. And Valley City going to the RPO again, and Heck keeps it this time. Not a lot of room to work with, but he's able to fall forward here to keep it about 2nd down and about 7. And so for Valley City, this is what I'm talking about. Get positive plays on first down. You might look at a 3-yard play on first down and be like, why are those important? The reason why it's important is that it gives you the ability to open up your full playbook on 2nd down. You can run the ball again to perhaps make it a 3rd and short, or perhaps try to fool them and get a first down. But if you're always in 2nd down and long, that's when you're going to start seeing Horace try to dial up the pressure here. 7 seconds left to go on the play clock. Heck snaps the ball. Rolling out, he has Dylan Hunt wide open. The big senior gonna lumber into the end zone for a touchdown. The junior. Dylan Hunt, the junior, wide open for the catch, and Bryson Heck did not miss him. So it's an easy pitch and catch right there for Bryson Heck to Dylan Hunt as Valley City's got the early lead. So for Valley City, the kicking game was adventurous last week. Missed PAT and a missed field goal. They'd like to clean it up. Snaps a bit low, kicks on the way, knuckles through, and I believe they pushed it. Nope, he got it in. So Valley City gets the touchdown and the PAT to move up 7-0. As the big thing right there was the turnover, the interception by Ethan Miller. Ethan Miller with the first quarter interception. That was huge, setting that up. So Valley City's defense comes through and is able to set up their offense for a nice opening score. So it's 7-0 here for the Highliners. 8:46 left to go in the first quarter of play. So Valley City now coming out here for special teams. And for Valley City, again, it's just nice to get out to a early lead. They kind of spent the entire game behind the 8 ball, so to speak, against Dickinson. So getting out in front here against Horace is exactly what you like to see. It's going to be a deep kick fielded in the shadow of the goal line and fielded in the end zone, and automatically that is going to be a touchback. Valley City does something very unique with their goal line. They paint it half white, half red. Usually just see teams just go straight white across the middle. I always think that adds a little depth, maybe a little trickery to the thing because, well, if the red is not the official goal line, if it's, white is, official might give them a little leeway on that. You never know, though. You never know. 7-0 lead here for Valley City. Man coming in motion is going to be Gavin Olson across the quarterback. Stefano Wicks turns and hands the ball off to Dylan Johnson. Johnson rumbling to the outside, and it's a nice play by Ethan Miller. It's about a 4-yard gain, 4 to 5-yard gain, but it could have been a lot more had Miller not got in there and blown that play up. So about 2nd down and 5 coming up here, and for a guy that rushed for 134 yards last week, you'd expect Horace to go right to the run game and Dylan Johnson, but he gets 1 carry and heads off. though. Stefanowicz back in shotgun. Horace has run all their plays out of shotgun so far. Wide receivers to the right and to the left with 2 apiece. Gavin Olsen coming in motion. Now he'll be going from right to left. Stefanowicz dropping back to pass, looking over the middle. Threw it a bit behind Olsen, but makes a nice adjustment and makes the catch for a first down. Caught and dropped at about the 37. So about a 12-yard completion on the play. Again, Gavin Olsen just got to, it's one of those things in the pregame meetings leading up to things. You just circle number 3 and says wherever he goes is probably where the ball's going in terms of passing yards. So make sure that you got the spy on him. Stefanowicz back in shotgun. Low snap, turns around, hands the ball at the middle. Valley City not able to contain the outside, and that's going to be a big run to the outside into Valley City territory, brought down just past the 40-yard line. Valley City could not get there to cover it in time. Looks like that might have been Ty Gary on the carry. And it's just a simple stretch play to the outside. Valley City's defense could not get over and cover it. So 6.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Horace has crossed into Valley City territory for the first time today. Just looking at this Horace team, not the biggest unit, but they do have a lot of speed, and speed is a very tough thing to contain. Stefanowicz turns around, hands the ball off on the hard count. Gary's got space, gets tripped up by his own man. His own man was locking up a blocker on the outside. It was Israel Bauer, but Bauer ends up pushing him into his path, and, well, that might have actually saved a touchdown because there was no one in the back for Valley City. So it's been 2 successful run plays in a row as Horace is going right at Valley City early on in this ball game. 7-0 lead for the Highliners, but Horace is driving. Ball inside the Highliner 30-yard line. Horace trying to get him with the hard count. Stefanowicz finally hikes the ball in about 4. They go right up the middle with Gary again, and it's going to be about a 3-yard gain. With running backs, there are so many types. You got what some would consider the smaller backs that are kind of used in the passing game. You have some that are the big thumpers up the middle. And then you got some that are like Gary who just kind of run into the pile with reckless abandon. They see the hole, they're hitting the hole, and if you can bring them down, good on you. If not, it's probably going to be about a 3 to 4 yard gain. So 2nd down and 7 coming up here for Horace. Trips out to the right. Stefanowicz dropping back to pass and shotgun, slings it over the middle. Ball catches back a little bit, and this is going to be brought down for a very short gain. About 2 yards. It'll set up about a 3rd down and 5. So forced Lucas Holstein to come back for the ball, and it was a slant, and they're going to what? So they're giving him a spot that he does not deserve. Holstein caught that ball right where they spotted it, which was at the probably about 33-yard line. But Holstein deliberately came back to behind the 35. So they give them a spot probably doesn't deserve. So it'll be a 3rd down and 4 instead of about a 3rd down and 6 or 7. And so timeout called here. I don't know if it's by Horace or Valley City. And it is going to be by the Hawks. So timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. Back here in 30 seconds.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinnett, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
So we're back here at Hannah-Field. 3rd down and about 4 coming up here for West Fargo Horace. Ball at the Valley City 23-yard line. Big man on this drive has been Ty Gary, the sophomore running back. Also looks like he plays a bit of wide receiver as well. So Horace lining up here in shotgun. 2 wide receivers out to the right. Tight end pinched off to the right as well. 1 wide receiver out to the left. They go right up the middle into the line. Valley City's there trying to bring them down. They'll bring them down short of the 1st down for about a gain of 2. Might have been Scott Rohde on the tackle. So it'll be a 4th down and 2. 4 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. You don't know how the Horace kicking game is, but in a situation like this, down 7, most coaches are going to trust their offense to get these 2 yards, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. Stefanowicz coming out from the sideline to bring in the play. You got to be aware of the hard count. 10 seconds left to go on the play clock. Horace in shotgun. Finally get themselves lined up, about 6 seconds to go. They might be trying the hard count. They're going to drop back to pass. Stefanowicz drops back, slings over the middle, and it's not intercepted, but it doesn't matter. It's going to give Valley City some better field position. Got to be looking over here for Will Schwer. He's getting into a bit of an incident with a Horace Hawk player. Looks like it was offensive lineman Asher Crans. It would have been after the play, so it would have still given Valley City the ball, but got to be careful right there not to pick up an unnecessary penalty. But Valley City's defense is able to get the turnover on downs. So the turnover on downs, the Valley City defense bows up. And we are set to begin another Highliner drive, this time ball at the 22-yard line. Heck fakes the handoff, slings it over the middle, bit behind Sir, but Sir makes the catch, and Sir was someone that I was almost disappointed didn't get more of a look in that game against Dickinson. The intermediate passing game to Sir was a thing that I think Valley City needed to embrace a bit more. And sometimes when you're down 2 scores, you think you got to score so quickly, got to go, 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 go. But when you're in the third quarter, you can still take your time. And I think Valley City, in a sense, might have pressed too much, so it's good to see Connor Sir getting going with that early catch. 2nd down and about 7 coming up here for the Highliners. Horace sending a lot of men to the front of the line of scrimmage. They're going to rush 5. Handoff up the middle, and this is going to be a gain of about 3 yards. And we got a flag over on the far side of the field, and this usually is indicative of a holding call. How the referee that's farthest from the play is making a holding call on a giant bundle of bodies is quite interesting. So now they're talking to Horace, which means the penalty is on Valley City. So what they're talking about right now is whether or not they're going to take the holding penalty or whether or not they're going to decline it and play it on 3rd down and 5. Most coaches worth their salt take the 10 yards here and don't give the opposition a chance at a 3rd and intermediate. So it is going to be a illegal motion penalty, so that'll set Valley City about 5 yards back. Very late flag for an illegal motion. But, you know, sometimes it comes in quick, sometimes it does not. So the good news for Valley City, it's only a 5-yard penalty and not a 10-yard penalty. That'll set them back to about a 2nd down and 12. 2nd down and 12 coming up here for the Highliners. Inside their own 20-yard line. Bryson Heck fakes the handoff, rolling out, looking to pass. He's going to throw this deep, looking for a man, and he's well out of play. And so it was a nice throw if the field was extended perhaps another 10 yards. Believe that he was looking for Derek Shape on that one. And for Bryson Heck, just make the decent decision. Put the ball where either your receiver's going to catch it or nobody is going to catch it. And for right there, leading your man to the sideline is the appropriate play in that. If you try to be too fine and try to dot it right on the sideline, try to keep it about 3 to 4 inches on the sideline, that's how you get intercepted. 3rd down and 12 coming up here. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter of play. Valley City with a 7-0 lead. Trips out to the left for Valley City as they got a man going in motion in Ethan Miller. 5 seconds on the play clock. Fake the handoff, drop back to pass. Heck, looking deep. Good play. 1-on-1, and the man wins for Valley City. Caleb McLaughlin, the unsung hero of this Valley City team, plays special teams, plays defense, and makes a terrific catch to keep the drive alive. He made a move on his man, let him fly right by, hit the air brakes, and just let his man run right by him, caught the ball, and gets Valley City within 1 yard of their 40. So 1st down and 10 coming up for Valley City with their 2nd Dairy Queen 1st down of the day. Wide receivers to the left and to the right at 2 apiece. Now man goes in motion to make it 3 to the right side. 4 seconds on the play clock. High snap, and that running play going to be busted up. That had no chance to succeed as they try to go to Carter Borg, and Borg just got leveled. Unblocked man coming from the outside. And so this will bring up a 2nd down and 15. So the running game continues to be a bit hit or miss for Valley City. Be interesting to see if they go back to Caleb Amon. Carter Borg, kind of the bigger thumper that you would use for short yardage situation. Amon, kind of the smaller running back that was able to get some consistent yardage up front and slip through those holes. 1:50 left to go here in the second quarter. Another high snap, fake the handoff is Heck. They're going to set up a screen pass. They got some blockers out in front. This will get back the yardage they lost and a little bit more. On a 7-yard play, and that'll bring about a third down and about roughly 8 yards. So it was a good screen pass. Borg had some blockers, but just could not get through the initial wave. But it is a 3rd down and 7, and a 3rd down and 7 is always going to be more obtainable than a 3rd down and 15. So 3rd down and 7, $1:15 left to go here in this first quarter. Valley City with the 1-0 lead. Connor Sir going in motion. 6 seconds on the play clock. Heck hikes the ball. Throws it. Has a man open. He underthrew Derek Shape, who was running free. Derek Shape was running free. Had no one behind him. Puts Loft on the ball. It's an easy 6. And so Heck, who's also the punter, will stay in to punt this one away. And those are the shots you can't afford to miss. Derek Shape beat his man deep and underthrew him just enough. It was a jumping play by Horace Hawk to bust it up, but you cannot miss in that situation. So 4th down and 7 punt coming up. Horace not buying it. It's going to be a high kick with no returner, so this is going to bounce just in front of the 20-yard line and rolls, and that ball had perfect side-to-side movement as it kept running the length of the 20-yard line, and the smart decision right there is to pick it up before the ball takes a ricochet and gets Horace an extra 3 yards. So decent punt by Heck. Had to deal with a bit of pressure on his face on that one, but was able to get away, so he's able to flip the field. So 1st down and 10 coming up here for Horace. As we're almost done with this first quarter play. 50 seconds ago, Valley City with a early 7-0 lead. So for Valley City, the passing game looks like that it's going to be able to create some opportunities, but it's going to be up to Bryson Heck to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. Got to be able to put the throw on target. Wide receivers to the right and to the left, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They hand the ball off, working it to the outside. Valley City's got it contained, and they're not going to get that ball back to the line of scrimmage. Good job there by the Highliner Swarm, led by Dylan Hunt, to be able to bring them down. So Dylan Johnson, who ran all over Wapton last week, has not been able to get going today. This will bring up a 2nd down and 12, about a 4-second difference between the play clock and the game clock, so Horace is going to have to run one more play. In situations like this, you have to be careful about a potential deep shot. They're going to roll trips to the right. Valley City in 2nd down and long defense. They're going to have a solo high safety playing over the top. Stefanowicz dropping back to pass. He's going to chuck it deep. He's looking for a man. He's got his man, and it goes right through his hands. Oh, that could have been 6. And we got a flag down. It's either holding or roughing the passer. And Horace, their offensive line's now walking forward like it's a roughing the passer penalty. So Valley City's just hoping this is holding and would set about a 3rd down and 22 if they accept. And it is going to be holding on Horace. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 22. Nope, they are going to take the – they're going to play the 3rd down and 12 instead of 2nd down and 22. So it's 3 seconds left to go here. Valley City's might have to roll 2 safeties over the top because that was 6 if Jackson Narum is able to bring in that pass. You got a safety playing in the middle of the field. If your corner gets beat over on the far side, there is absolutely no way you can expect your safety to come over and make the play on that. 3rd down and 12 coming up here for Horace. Valley City's playing a bit deeper off the ball. Stefanowicz driving back to pass. Valley City's trying to get to him. Will Schwer is able to low blow him and is able to undercut him and is able to force the incomplete pass. So it'll be a 4th down and 12 to start off the second quarter as the first has come to an end. So at the end of 1, it is the Valley City Highliner 7, the Horace Hawks nothing. Back here in a minute here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right. Lever's Foods.
All this week at Lever's Foods, rake in the savings on preferred Angus boneless beef arm roast, $4.88 a pound. New Crop Honeycrisp apples, just $1.99 a pound. And Brew Pub Latza Matza Pizza, only $6.89 each. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Remember to observe caution in and around the area during construction.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
So we're set to start the second quarter play, and I forgot to announce Carol Klein is the winner of our opening drive giveaway brought to you by Lever. She's going to win a Lever's Food gift card after Valley City punched in that opening drive for 6 with that Dylan Hunt touchdown. Straight line drive kickoff. Valley City is going to get an opportunity. It scuds off the hands. That ball is live. Derek Shape's got to get back to it, and it's still live. Valley City and Horace are jumping on it, and Valley City had a chance to get the ball probably inside the Horace 40 if they handle that, but it goes off the hands of Derek Shape. It was a line drive kick, absolutely no elevation, and it just goes off you'd assume the wrist of his hand. So Valley City goes from a possible drive inside opponent territory to a drive that will start over at, looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 26-yard line. So Valley City avoids disaster on that, but you can't. Again, one of those mistakes you can't really afford to make. If you punch it in for 6, all will be forgotten, but that is a dangerous play right there. High snap. Heck's going to hand the ball off to Amin, and Amin able to rumble forward to get back to the line of scrimmage. So the running game for Valley City just has not been there over the past 2 games. So you almost got to zig when Horace is zagging, so to speak. You almost have to throw the ball to set up the run and not the other way around. Got to be able to catch Horace in some light fronts, get them rushing 3, get them dropping 8, get them with some non-loaded up fronts. Because right now Horace is playing 7 men, or about 7 to 6 men in the box every drive. So it's going to be a hard thing to get going. Bryson Heck throws a zip over the middle, and that one was behind his intended target, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. And if you're asking what the box is this imaginary kind of zone where your defensive line is. It's usually from the back foot of each of your defensive end over the middle to kind of where your linebackers is in about a 5 to 7 yard area. Those guys are usually responsible for run containment or plays over the middle. Horace is loading up in that box, pretty much daring Valley City to come after them with the pass, and Valley City has obliged so far, but Horace has been able to generate a lot of pressure. Hex throwing the deep shot, looking long, overthrew Ethan Miller. Again, one of those passes where it was either going to be his man getting the ball or nobody at all. Miller laid out for it, couldn't quite get to it in time. If he was able to get that pass hauled in, it would have been down at roughly inside the Horace 40. So that potential play is a game changer. It was a line drive kick. It was pretty much the textbook definition of out-kicking your coverage. And Valley City just had the ball, get muffed off their hands, and rolled inside the 25-yard line for no return. So Bryson Heck's going to be set to punt this ball away out of pretty much shotgun formation. He's going to roll to his left. Now they're going to fake it, and they throw it away. I don't get that call. If it's the option for Heck to pass or kick the ball, you can't give him that option. In a game like this where your defense is held up halfway decently, and when you're starting when you're starting essentially the same offensive players on defense, you can't then give Horace, who's been able to move the ball effectively, this short of a field. So, again, I don't know if there was a fake punt option on that play. I don't know if it was a straight fake punt or if somebody went rogue, but that is a puzzling decision. So Stefanowicz in shotgun. Very short field for Horace after the missed fake punt. They're going to throw the ball in the backfield. Good job there by Horace to get the screen up and contained. And they're going to go to the outside and be brought down for a gain of about 8 yards. There might have been some holding going on the outside, but no call, no foul. And that's going to be 2nd down and 7 coming up. So, that fake punt could be the turning point, perhaps in the second quarter, and not in the best of ways. So 7-0 lead here for the Highliners. 10:20 left to go here in the second quarter. Horace driving. Stefanowicz dropping back to pass, slings it over the middle, and it's going to be caught. Israel making some men miss, and he's going to be stood up right at about the 5-yard line and brought down. So plenty enough for a first down, about a 10-yard pitch and catch right there by Israel Bauer. So first down and goal here for Horace, as Valley City gave him the short field with a fake punt. The reason why that fake punt's so puzzling is that I can kind of get it if it's short, because you can either run on the fake punt or you can pass off the fake punt. In a situation like 4th down and 10, there is no option. It's passing the ball, and your gunners are matched up one-on-one on the outside. It's a call that Valley City is a call they're going to have to try to hold strong on here on defense, and that's play clock, and yep, they're going to call it. As I don't know why, Horace, they're looking right at the play clock. They hiked it at like a second past 0, and so instead of first down and goal from the 5, it's now first down and goal from the 10, which is the least desirable first down and goal from, because you don't have that extra yard to work with. Again, I'll always say this: I would rather have first down and 10 from the 11-yard line than first down and 10, then first and goal from the 10. Reason why is you get that extra bit to work with, so you can run a run play up the middle on 3rd down and 2 to just keep the drive alive rather than having to punch it in for 6. First down and goal, ball from about the 9 or 10-yard line. Valley City sending heat up the middle, and they're going to blow that one up. Good for only about a yard or so. Looks like Borg might have been on the tackle, and that was Ty Gary on the carry. So Valley City able to force a minimal gain there from Horace on the first down and goal carry. I got the officials talking it over. I don't see any laundry on the field. So got Horace scheming on the sideline, and I'm not seeing the flag. It's either buried beneath some bodies that are in front of me or what. That was such a quick play that it's not face mask. There's no way that's face mask. So we got a personal foul on the defense. So it's personal foul on the defense. They're going to say it's going to be on Jonah Harstad. What it was, I have no idea. And I'm pretty sure head coach Travis Ingen has no idea what they called. It could be the old hurt feelings unnecessary roughness penalty. That is one that you got to avoid at all times. Second down and goal from the 5-yard line after the very mysterious penalty. So second down and 5 here. Second down and goal from the 5-yard line. Valley City leading 7-0. Stefanowicz fakes the handoff, rolls out, throws it behind his man. That might allow Valley City just enough time to blow it up, but they can't bring the man down. And the ball is loose perhaps on the deck. And they're going to rule him about a yard short. Valley City had that play blown up, but it was like the touchdown they gave up against Dickinson in the air. They had the play blown up and then just didn't finish the tackle. So they're going to mark him short of the goal line by mere inches. It's going to be Mason Johnson that was able to bring that one in. And Johnson also a stout defender as well. He's one of their edge rushers, and he's been generating a lot of pressure in this game. So third down and goal from the 1-yard line. I expect to see 2 runs here by Horace. They're going to be out of shotgun. 2 wide receivers going to the right, 1 to the left. Now they try the quick sneak up the middle, and Valley City blows it up, and they drop them for a loss. So the Valley City defense, they cannot rest on their laurels. They know Horace is going right after. They tried I think to just go with some misdirection, you had Stefanovic acting like that. You know, he didn't know what the play was. Someone snuck in underneath behind the center and tried to go out the middle. That play used to work. It doesn't really work anymore because everyone's seen it. And again, getting cute from third and goal at the 1 is a very puzzling idea. Usually you want to save a trickeration for the 4th down, not on 3rd. So out of shotgun, Horace is going to go. 6 seconds on the play clock. 5. They're going to go up the middle, and it's going to be a walk-in touchdown on 4th and goal. And now you got more discussions going on here between Will Schwer and Asher Kranz. But either way, it's a 1-yard touchdown plunge by Ty Gary. So Ty Gary plunges it in for the 1-yard touchdown run. And all set up by a botched Valley City fake punt. So now you got Horace coming out here and essentially the swinging gate for the PAT. Some teams start the guys way off to the left and then bring them in. Why? No idea. Seems to add a layer of complexion that's unnecessary for a PAT. Hold is down, kick is on the way, and it is good. So we are tied up at 7 here. So a drive that started inside the Valley City 30-yard line ends up taking half of the game clock away from this second quarter. So again, for Valley City, that is just, it is a very puzzling decision. It's just almost one of those where your mind might be screaming go for it and you might believe in your players, but at some point just logic has to come in. You can't be going for it in that situation. It's just the risk reward is just not proportional enough. If you don't get it, you're giving the team the other ball inside your own perhaps. So Valley City is going to get the field their first kickoff of the day. This is going to be a little pooch punt picked up. And Valley City is going to let this ball bounce. They're going to pick this up at the 10, and this is not going to be a very good return. They're going to be knocked down at the 20. It was a pooch kick, and it was going to be fielded right at about the 20 to 25. Valley City just let the ball bounce, and because it's a kickoff, it's not a punt. The ball's live all the way, so if Horace beats you to the ball, it is Horace Hawks' ball, but a couple of special teams plays here for Valley City. You know, letting a punt get by you, that would have given you a position inside the 40, and then on a kickoff, you let the ball, bounce back 10 yards. So 7-7 tie here with 6:48 left to go in the second quarter. Man coming in motion for Valley City. Connor Sir motioning from left to right. Bryson Heck in shotgun, fakes the handoff, drop back to pass. They're passing. So it'll be a 2nd down and 10 coming up here. And it is going to be very hard to run the ball on Horace because Horace is essentially just playing a variation of the 46 defense. They're essentially lining 7 guys up. They're going to try to get to you with overwhelming pressure, and if you can beat them, go right ahead. But the way to beat a team that sends a lot of pressure is with the quick passing game, not taking deep shots. Bryson, and that's going to be good for maybe 2 yards. Again, those were the type of plays that you'd almost expect to be running on 1st down just to give your team some momentum, just keep your team ahead of the sticks. Now you're going to have another 3rd down and long coming up. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8. Ball at your own 24-yard line. So the Valley City Highliners in desperate need of something here after they handed the Horace Hawks 7 points after giving the ball away on a fake punt. Man coming in motion for Valley City, going from left to right. Heck fakes the pass. Rolling deep, has a man. It's Ethan Miller. Miller in traffic makes the catch. He'll be down at about the 46-yard line. He's looking for an official to throw it to, and one zebra finally is able to come in from the Savannah. As that ball is going to be spotted at the 47-yard line. So Ethan Miller in traffic and double coverage able to come up and make the catch. And so Valley City gets the big play they're looking for. 1st down and 10 for the Highliners. Ball at their own 47. 5.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Score tied up at 7 apiece. Heck Fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle, and that one should have been, could have been, and probably was almost intercepted by Mason Johnson. And Mason Johnson, my goodness, he is a tall drink of water, 6'3", and he just dropped back in the coverage. And Bryson Hack just was focused on his read, crossed the middle, didn't wonder whether Johnson had dropped back in coverage. And why would you? Johnson has essentially been coming full speed this entire game. So Johnson dropped back in coverage and probably should have had the interception, but Valley City will stay alive with a 2nd down and 10. Heck, this time hands the ball off the middle. Valley City's going to get a positive run here, and they're going to get enough for a 1st down. That's going to be another Dairy Queen 1st down, as Carter Borg, who had himself a tough game against Dickinson, is finally able to get some positive momentum rolling, as that is a 12-yard carry. Coming in on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard, it is Oaks and Kindred tied up at 0 at the end of 1. Kindred, number 2 team ranked in Class A. It is a very good Kindred team, and Oaks right now holding tough. So 1st down and 10 for Valley City. Ball just shy of the 40-yard line. 10 seconds on the play clock. They're going to go to the run game again. Valley City opens up some holes. Borg up the middle, and he's going to get another 12-yard gain. So Valley City going right after Horace here up the middle, as Borg's been able to generate 24 yards on back-to-back carries. So for Valley City, they will receive the opening kickoff of the 2nd half, so they'd like nothing more to score here. Give Horace no time to move the ball down the field. There is no 2-minute warning, obviously, here in North Dakota high school football, so you do have the ability to run this clock all the way down to where Horace essentially has nothing but prayers and wishes left to try to score in this 1st half. Well, you first got to be able to move this ball to the end zone. So 1st down and 10 for Valley City. Ball at the Horace 28. Bryson Heck makes a decision that he's going to want back. He tried to bolt to the outside, and he was trying to outrun the defensive end. And those are the plays that drive coaches insane. You get 12 yards on back-to-back carries, and you essentially lose all 12 of those yards because you're trying to do a little too much. So it'll be a 2nd down and call it about an 18. 2nd down and 18 coming up here for Valley City, as Bryson Heck just got sacked in the backfield. It's like he was almost looking for someone to pass to, but he couldn't quite get the ball out of his hands. Now Heck dropping back to pass out of shotgun, throwing it over the middle. Shape's going to make the catch right at the 30-yard line, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 12. So it gets you almost all the yardage you lost back, but just the concept that got that play blown up on 1st down is an interesting one because it's an RPO, but Bryson Heck being the right-hand quarterback, you always want him rolling out to his right. You don't want him rolling to his left because you don't want him throwing across his body. He rolled off to the left, even if he wanted to throw. Not going to be an accurate throw. So 3rd down and 12 for Valley City. 2:50 left to go here in this 2nd quarter. Now Valley City going to run the ball with Amin, and Amin is going to scoot forward, and well, he's going to make this about a 3rd down and 8, about a 5-yard gain. Just the intentions are clear there for Valley City. If they're willing to run the ball on 3rd down, they're going to be willing to go for it on 4th. So you can I would expect all-out pressure here from Horace. They know they have a short field to defend. They know they're going to try, and you know they're probably going to try to win up front before Valley City is able to win on the sidelines. And Valley City might be taking this play clock all the way down and call timeout, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. So Valley City looks like they're going to call their first timeout of the game here, as they're going to run this play clock all the way down to 2 seconds to 1 second, and there's the timeout. So we'll take the timeout as well. 4th down play coming up here for Valley City. It'll be 4th and 7 from the 25. Timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
So it'll be a down and 7 coming up here for the Highliners. It'll be at the Horace 25-yard line. The importance of this next play cannot be understated. If Valley City is able to get this first down, Horace now has to consider calling their own timeouts to, try to preserve enough clock to allow them to go down and score. If you don't get this, it's turnover on down, and Horace essentially gets the ball at the touchback spot. So Valley City is going to go for it here. 4th down and 7, ball at the Horace 25. Valley City sending 2 wide receivers to the right and to the left. Ethan Miller made a big catch to keep this drive alive on 3rd down and 10. He's lined up to the right, the far side. Bryson Heck fakes the handoff, drawing back to pass the shotgun, has time, and just throws it 20 yards behind his man. Bryson Heck did not lead his target right there. He threw to where the wide receiver was and not where he was going, and the concept of the play was right. Had the man open over the middle. Got to be able to make that throw. 1st down and 10 for Horace. Ball at the 25-yard line. So Horace has a pair of timeouts. Clock does stop briefly every time you get a first down. So for Valley City, they have 2 timeouts, but right now you're just hoping your defense can get you to the half tied up at 2 apiece, or tied up at 7 apiece, excuse me. So Horace in shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Solo running back in the backfield with the tight end, split off to the left. Now they're going to hand the ball off up the middle. They got room on the outside, but not enough, as Valley City's going to swarm there and drop them for a 2-yard loss. And some coaches in this scenario might start calling timeouts. For Valley City, you know that you've probably handed Horace their 7 points. You know you could add 7 more points on a missed deep shot. You also know that you also had probably an opportunity to keep that drive alive. So your offense, while it's not clicking on all cylinders, has been clicking enough to give you, the optimism that you could score right out of halftime. So now Horace has some confusion getting the play in, as they still don't know exactly what the play is. It's 10 seconds on the play clock, and Horace would not want to burn a timeout in this situation. They're going to run the ball to the outside again. They got some space. It's going to be enough for 2 yards. Will Schwer in to make the tackle. And now if you're Valley City, if you're thinking about a timeout, now's the time you would take one, because essentially Horace just seems content to run the ball here and take their time. What you might see out of Horace here is there is about, call it about a 25-ish second difference between the clock and the play clock. So Horace could run this down all the way to about the 2 to 3 second mark and just chuck this ball deep. If they don't get it, they punt the ball away with 20-ish seconds. If they do get it, it gives them the ability to score. So obviously he's got to be aware of the deep shot here. And now it's at 0, so whatever Horace was trying to do, it was not executed to perfection. As it took forever for them to get the play in. They got to the line with about 3 seconds, and they hiked the ball right at 0, but the timeout had already come in. So we'll keep it right here, not wanting to miss anything on here on KOVC. Timeout, of course, brought to you by our good friends over at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. Valley City's got to be aware of the deep shot here, because like I'm saying, Stefanovic does have an arm. Stefanovic has an arm to get this ball inside of Valley City territory, and they certainly have the speed on the outside to be able to create some separation as well. So if you're Valley City, you don't really care if Horace runs the ball here for 12 yards. If you get caught dropping 8 and Horace runs the ball for 12, it'll stop the clock momentarily, but it's going to do more damage than it's going to help. So Valley City, you're not really worried about the run here. Run comes. All you got to make sure is they don't bust it for a touchdown. Pass here, though, opens up a lot of possibilities. Horace, though, does only have that one timeout after botching their play call this last time around. 3rd down and 10 coming up here for Horace. They're in shotgun. They're going to motion the running back out. They're going to be possibly looking for that screen pass. They fake the screen. Now they're going to throw deep. And Valley City is able to bust that up. Jonah Harstad able to get there and knock it down. So Valley City is going to force a punt here. And, for Valley City, they might be sending the house after this punt. And that's what I would do if I was Valley City, is I wouldn't even worry about sending a man back there to return it. They're going to try to line drive this kick anyway. And if And if you can't block it, you can't block it. But the likelihood you're going to score in 15 seconds is not as great if you get the ball at your 30 or your 25 instead of getting it at inside the Horace 20. So it's going to be a low line drive kick. It's going to be a scud. The ball's going to bounce, and I'll say he's got to get away from this punt. And it's going to be inside the 25, and Horace is going to down the ball. So I believe that was Ethan Miller that was back there. And so it'll be first down and 10 for Valley City with 8 seconds. And this situation, discretion might be the better part of valor. So it might just be the right decision to just take the knee here, head into the half, tied up at 7. As you never know what can happen if you try to take a deep shot here. But Valley City is not one for playing it safe, so they might try to run the ball here. Nope, it's going to be Heck. Drop back to pass. They're going to throw the pass over the middle to Shape. Shape's going to be brought down for about a 2-yard gain, and that'll end the second quarter. So we go to halftime with the score tied up at 7. Valley City had the opening drive touchdown. That gave them an early 7-0 lead, and then Valley City, well, they decided maybe to try a bit too much with a fake punt. That allowed Horace to tie the game up very quickly. Again, Carol Klein going to be the winner of the Levers Food opening drive sweepstakes, as that opening drive touchdown was a success from the about 25-yard completion between the Valley City quarterback Bryson Heck and tight end Dylan Hunt. We'll be back here in a little bit with the halftime show here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
This is Amy Heim, nurse practitioner with Sanford Health. Well child checks are important visits for children of every age. Yearly well child checks are recommended for children 3 and older and more frequently for those younger than 3. It is at these visits that growth, development, and preventative care are addressed in an effort to keep children as healthy as possible. Recommended immunizations are also discussed and provided at these visits. Call 742-3267 to schedule at your local Sanford Health Clinic in Ellendale, Foreman, Gwinner, Lemoore, Lisbon, or Oaks.
Hi, I'm Corey Anderson, a proud Viking graduate and executive director for University Advancement at VCSU. I'm thankful to live and work in a community that values our amazing university and cherishes education as a blessing and a gift. There are few gifts as important as those that help students fulfill their educational goals. Your scholarship contributions do just that. Help keep us moving forward by supporting the V500 scholarship program today. A gift for a student is a gift for our community. To find easy ways to give, visit give.vcsu.edu.
When gathering around the table with family and friends or enjoying a quiet meal by yourself, make certain you have the finest cuts of meat from Valley Meat Supply. Quality steaks and pork chops that make every bite a true delight. Valley Meat offers a wide variety to satisfy every taste and budget, including incredible sausage, several varieties of cheese, baked beans, award-winning beef jerky and snack sticks, and a great selection of spices. Valley Meat Supply, your locally owned, local market, located on West Main Street in Valley City.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
Every body is different. Some experience injuries, while others need extra support.
I'll help you, Grandma.
At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, your health is what matters most. Our orthopedics and sports medicine team care for you and your unique needs. Their goal is to help you live your best life. Choose Jamestown Regional Medical Center for care of hips, shoulders, knees, and broken bones. Learn more at jrmcnd.com/orthopedics.
Ivy Real Estate Group, your locally owned real estate brokerage, is cheering for the home team. Listen to KOVC for the Ivy Real Estate Group Player of the Game following every Valley City Highliner and VCSU Vikings game.
Why choose professional eye care centers? Let me count the whys. First, there are now 4 great doctors to see. Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangula, and now welcoming Dr. Bond. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, and Edgeley. And finally, their fantastic frame selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right. Lever's Foods.
All this week at Lever's Foods, rake in the savings on preferred Angus boneless beef arm roast, $4.88 a pound. New Crop Honeycrisp apples, just $1.99 a pound. And Brew Pub Latza Matza Pizza, only $6.89 each. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Remember to observe caution in and around the area during construction.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
Welcome back here to Hannahfield in Valley City for the halftime show. At the half, it is Valley City 7, West Fargo Horace 7 on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard. If you keep it simple and invest smart, your dollars will go farther. For Valley City, the game started off exactly how you wanted it to start off. Started off with Ethan Miller intercepting the West Fargo Horace quarterback, Taylor Stefanowicz, on a beautiful play over the middle, intercepted that, and set up his team for their opening drive. And it was a nice pitch and catch to Dylan Hunt for about a 25-yard touchdown. And for Valley City, their second drive ended in a punt, but they had Derek Shape open on the play. So, again, the offense not clicking on all cylinders necessarily, but it's setting up the opportunities you want it to set up. Defensively, they've been playing well when they've been given a full field. Just the most puzzling point in this game is that fake punt Valley City ran at the beginning of the second quarter. You're deep in your own territory. Already you're deeper than you probably should because you mishandled a punt that if you catch it, you're going to get the ball probably off the return inside the 40 because the punter outkicked his coverage. But it's just a puzzling one because you're already, kind of back up against the wall inside your own, 30-yard line. And then you don't get anything on first down, you don't get anything on second down, you don't get anything on third down. So on fourth down and 10, you run a fake punt. And it's just the risk-reward thing there was it's just not a move that I personally would have taken. It just seems like if you get it, okay, you get it, and it's first down and 10 from your 30, from about the 30 to 35. If you don't get it, you're giving a Horace Hawks team that's been able to move the ball pretty well. You're giving them the ball in a short field. So it's not a move I would have made. Valley City's defense, though, did a good job coming back. We're able to get it to a fourth down and goal at the 1-yard line. But Horace was able to punch that in. And again, another turning point in this is a mysterious personal foul penalty that I didn't see. I was looking at the play the whole time, and they called it, I believe, on Jonah Harstead. And you just look around, and you just see a pile of bodies. You see some bigger point. You see all that. And then you see both teams head to the huddle. And then all of a sudden you see a convention of referees, and, the decision is made to move the ball half the distance to the goal line on, personal foul penalty. I don't know what happened. It didn't. If there was talking, I don't know what was said, but if they were arguing for a late hit, that is not one that I would have called either, but what was going to be first down and goal from the 10 turned down to second down and goal from the 5 real quick. And it's just, again, one of those things, like, you can't know exactly all the variables going into a game, but you can control some, and the variable that you gave away was giving the ball away on, in my opinion, a ill-timed fake punt. We're going to have a very interesting second half because the passing game is opening up for Valley City. It just feels like one of these games, whoever finds the next open receiver or whoever breaks the next longest run for a touchdown is going to win this game. It feels like to me you have two evenly matched teams, but for Valley City, they've got to be able to execute on offense. Talking again about that Dylan Shape play. Dylan Shape, if you float the ball over the top, there's not a Horace Hawk within 20 yards of him. But you try to throw it a little too, you throw it a little, a little shallow, and that gets broken up. So, again, Valley City's been able to move the ball. Ethan Miller has had a great game. He's got the interception and had a fantastic play the last offensive drive for Valley City and was able to make a catch that kept that drive alive. But this is all going to come down to execution. Some people say it's going to come down to who wants it more. That's nonsense. Everybody wants this game. Both teams know the significance of this game. So saying, it's going to come down to who wants it more is sheer and utter nonsense. It always comes down to who executes better. And for Valley City, they really need to take this opening drive in the second half all the way down for 6 points to reestablish some momentum, because Horace is looking right now at it saying, we kind of ran plays on our last drive to just kill clock, and they did. And so even though you forced technically a 3-and-out from Horace, Horace was more concerned with making sure you didn't have time to score than ensuring they were going to try to score. So, again, it's going to come down to some select variables. And for Valley City, they have to be able to play smart. I'd be interested to see if they go back to the running game, because Carter Borg, back-to-back carries, got 12 yards. And then you try an ill-time rollout pass where you're having your quarterback roll out across his body. And, again, I don't know if that's the intention of the play or whether or not the quarterback just broke out there trying to get away from everything. But you got to be able to call smart. You got to be able to keep your team in winning positions. And, Borg, who just had a flat-out miserable game against Dickinson, just nothing went right for him. You give him his confidence back. You give him a couple of really good runs. I think you got to try to see if those holes are still going to be available, because now you're starting to see Horace spread a little thinner. They're still stacking the box, but instead of all converging on the point of attack, they're spreading out now, which makes it a little bit easier to run the ball. So, again, for Valley City, it just comes down to proper execution. Let's take a look at the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard, see if we got any scores coming in. Looks like we only got the one score still coming in. At the end of the first half, it is Kindred 7, Oaks nothing. That is a very surprising score. Oaks is a good football team, but Kindred, number 2 in Class A, you expect them to be playing a little bit better. But Kindred right now only up 7 against the Oaks Tornadoes. Let's take a look at some of the college football scores coming in right now. Only got 2 up and running right now. It is Wisconsin up 24-3 over the Purdue Boilermakers. Over in Lafayette, Indiana, that is 24-3 for the Wisconsin Badgers. 11.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. In the second quarter, in Virginia, it is a 7-7 ball game between the North Carolina State Wolfpack and the Virginia Cavaliers. So those are it for the scores that are coming in right now. And again, want to remind everyone that we will have VCSU football. They'll be taking on Mayville State. The Vikings are coming in off a 14-6 defensive rock fight. Win over Dakota State. Now you catch Mayville State at home. A good opportunity for Valley City State to stack some wins up here in the middle part of the season. Let's take a look at some of the baseball scores going on right now. While we still have the opportunity, looks like we got about 2.5 minutes left to go till we're back underway here. Now we'll scroll down here, see if we can't find what the Minnesota Twins are doing. Twins currently up 1-0 over the Los Angeles Angels. With a win today, the Twins will clinch a spot in the American League playoffs. And looking over for the Cleveland Guardians score. Guardians up 6-5 over the Baltimore Orioles in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Cleveland coming up to bat. So Cleveland, with their backs against the walls and facing the leading team in the AL East, well, they are bound and determined to make Minnesota earn their spot in the American League playoffs. So we'll try to keep you abridged of all those scores going on here. Looks like we got about 2 minutes to go before we're back underway here in Hannaford, which means we'll take a quick pause. Keep that locked right here on 1490 AM and 96.3 FM KOVC.
This is Amy Heim, nurse practitioner with Sanford Health. Well child checks are important visits for children of every age. Yearly well child checks are recommended for children 3 and older and more frequently for those younger than 3. It is at these visits that growth, development, and preventative care are addressed in an effort to keep children as healthy as possible. Recommended immunizations are also discussed and provided at these visits. Call 742-3267 to schedule at your local Sanford Health Clinic in Ellendale, Foreman, Gwinner, Lemoore, Lisbon, or Oaks.
Hi everyone, this is Gavin Gerhardt, a freshman defensive back for the VCSU football team and a former Valley City Highliner. Your donation to the Century Club Scholarship Program makes a difference to me and the 270 other student athletes at VCSU. Century Club scholarships help relieve the financial burden of attending college. That allows us to focus more on our time in the classroom and on the field as we chase academic success and athletic championships. Thank you for supporting Viking athletics, and we hope to see you out at the games this season. Join Century Club today by calling 845-7160.
When gathering around the table with family and friends or enjoying a quiet meal by yourself, make certain you have the finest cuts of meat from Valley Meat Supply. Quality steaks and pork chops that make every bite a true delight. Valley Meat offers a wide variety to satisfy every taste and budget, including incredible sausage, several varieties of cheese, baked beans, award-winning beef jerky and snack sticks, and a great selection of spices. Valley Meat Supply, your locally owned, locally sourced meat market, located on West Main Street in Valley City.
Welcome back here to Hannaford in Valley City. Jerry Edwards with you here on the Voice of the Valley, 1490 AM and 96.3 FM KOVC. Set to start up our second half of play. It is Valley City 7, the West Fargo Horace Hawks 7. And the scoring in this game, well, Valley City got a about 25-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Bryson Heck to tight end Dylan Hunt. And defense was playing stout, but a ill-timed fake punt gave Horace the ball inside the Valley 30-yard line. Horace wasted no time marching it right down to the goal line. It was going to be first down and goal from the 5-yard line. Then a penalty backed Horace up to the 10. Valley City got a big stop, was able to limit the damage on that, but then a personal foul penalty was half the distance to the goal, and it was an after-the-play penalty, so instead of second down and probably about 9 to 8 yards ago, it was second down and 5 yards to go. Valley City was able to hold strong till the fourth down from the 1-yard line, and finally just a good run play up the middle with Ty Gary, who's had a pretty good game so far, was able to give Horace their first touchdown of the game, and that's where we have stood so far. Valley City's had a couple of drives here that have been looking good that they just haven't been able to punch in. One of them ended after a pass to a wide-open receiver, and Derek Shape was knocked away, and the other one ended inside Horace territory at the 25 on a 4th down and 7 missed conversion. And the big deal with that one was Valley City had not run the ball very well this entire game. Then they get back-to-back runs at 12 yards, and, well, then they lose about 10 yards on just a play call where you don't know whether or not Bryson Heck was meaning to bootleg it out to his left, which always means that any pass is going to be across his body, or if he was just trying to escape pressure, and that's just what happened on the play. So, yeah, for Valley City, it's just going to be making sure you keep the positive plays going because, this isn't, like the thing where you can take 2 steps forward and then 1 step back and then, that you still have a little bit momentum going forward. No, 1 step back, if it's big enough, can kill an entire drive, and both these teams don't seem very content on kicking field goals right now. So for Valley City, it just comes down to execution. Make sure that you don't, give Horace anything. And special teams has to be coming up here for Valley City. They had a couple plays they'd like to have back in special teams. One of them was on the first kickoff they got where the ball was very returnable. Ball kicked to about the 25, and Valley City lets it just bounce and get behind them, so they're fielding it at their own 15 instead of at their own 25. And on the first punt they had, the ball was very short. It was going to be fielded at the 40. Nobody was downfield. You had 20 yards of green grass straight in front of you, and you just have it go off your hands, and instead of at the minimum 40-yard line, you're starting your drive at the 25. So Valley City special teams got to do a little bit better of fielding the ball here. Horace, they're going to be kicking off. Valley City, this is going to be the second time they fielded a kickoff in this game. So doing the kicking for Horace, that is going to be Jacob Birnbaum. At the half, it is Lisbon 13, Carrington. Lisbon 26, Carrington 13 at the half. So that score just coming in on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. We are underway. It's going to be a side kick that's going to possibly bounce out of bounds, and it will. So that'll be an illegal procedure penalty. So Valley City will get some primo field position to start out this third quarter. And it's always a mystery. This is a very oddly shaped ball. You don't know how it's going to bounce, but you can kind of get a vague idea. And when you see a ball angling towards the sideline like that, it's probably not going to pull the old, pitching wedge and just start spinning backwards. So just smartly letting the ball go out of bounds is a good idea for Valley City. So usually you accept. So Valley City has elected to kick for the 5-yard penalty instead of just getting the ball to start out. Okay, so instead of the 40-yard line, they're going to kick at the 35, which the ball bounced at about the 20 and went out. So logic would hold that this ball is probably only getting to the 25 here, and you might be able to get some decent return yards off of it, but you've got to be able to return it. If I'm Horace, I'm just kicking the ball to the angle again, and, if it stays in, it stays in. If it doesn't, Valley City will probably not back up twice. And we're underway here. This one's going to be right down the middle, and it's going to be fielded just past the 20-yard line, so Valley City is going to scoot this one to the 30, and about 35 is where Shape's going to be brought down.
After the 36-yard line, first and 10 for the Highlanders.
So first down and 10 for Valley City. Ball at the 36. The kickoff took about 7 seconds off the clock, so 11:53 as we begin this third quarter of play. So for Valley City, their first drive of the game, they were working with some good field position after the Ethan Miller interception, and they were able to punch it in with a Dylan Hunt touchdown, his first of the season, I believe. So for Valley City, now it's time for the offense to get going. Shotgun with wide receivers out to the left, to the right, with one apiece. Sir, the lead blocker up in front. Able to do a good job clearing him out. Amin up the middle, and he's going to be tackled at about the 45, 46-yard line. Looks like it's going to be closer to the 45, so that'll be a 9-yard carry on first down. And the running game for Valley City, if they can get that going, it allows you to open up your playbook. It allows you to, get into less predictable situations. Like here, you can take a deep shot on 2nd and 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if Valley City does. Sir coming in as the lead blocker again. Wide receivers to the left, to the right, one apiece. They're going to run the ball from the middle with Amin, and Amin going to rumble forward to just shy of midfield. It's going to be enough for a Dairy Queen first down, our first of the half. So Valley City starting up here with a fresh set of downs on their own 49-yard line. Reason why you see some teams take a deep shot on 2nd down and 1 is just because you know that if you trust your offensive line, you trust your running game enough to get you 1 yard on 2nd down, you can trust them enough to get it to you on 3rd down. If you don't get it, Valley City, though, chose to just get the first down and move on. So first down and 10 for Valley City, ball at their own 49. They fake the handoff, drop back to pass. Heck, pump fakes, throws it over the middle. That should be enough for about a 9-yard gain. And they dragged them all the way back an extra 7 yards. Forward momentum was stopped about 3 yards ago, but they allowed the Valley City player to get dogpiled on for an extra 8. And how is that the spot? That ball was caught at the sticks, and they pushed them back 5 yards. How is that the spot? That is an incredulous spot right there. That's 2nd down and 6, but it should be, or 2nd down and 4, but it should be 2nd down and 1. They're going to run the ball with Amin. Amin's going to get tackled, and I don't think the referees are going to give Valley City the 3 yards they should have back. That is very, very, very puzzling. You catch the ball at the sticks, and you get pushed backwards 5 yards. If you're getting pushed back and your forward momentum stop, it's where the forward progress stopped. not where he ultimately ended up at. You know, they chose to throw that out for Horace when that situation happened. Horace ran backwards 3 yards, but got the spot where they initially caught it from. 9.5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. 3rd down and 3 for Valley City. Ball at the Horace 43-yard line. Heck, draw back pass now. Will step up and run, but got tackled from behind. Now it'll be a 4th down and 5. That's a call that can't be made. That's a call where you have to know better. That's a call where you just can't take a guess. You have to know he caught the ball 1 yard short of the sticks and know that he got pushed back. You can't just say, "Oh, I think he's at the 45." You have to know he's at the 41. That is a game-changing call right there. 4th down and 4 coming up here, and Valley City looking like they might punt. And so they do punt. And this will be a punt in the end zone. Valley City's trying to get to it. They won't get to it. So in a situation where you'd actually expect Valley City to go for it, they don't. I understand officiating is a very hard job, and these folks come out here and they try their best. That is a call you have to make. That is not something you can do. You can't look at a 9-yard pass play and then retroactively spot it back an extra 3 yards. You can't do that. You just can't. This is back-to-back weeks, folks. Again, I don't like doing this, but this is back-to-back weeks. Valley City has had two things happen to them that has changed the outcome of the game. 2nd down and 1, Valley City plunges forward and keeps the drive going. But because it's now 2nd down and 5, you don't get the same liberty. You know, last week, you have a ball that should have been ruled a touchback, gets spotted at the 1-yard line. Low snap, Valley City sending the pressure. Stefanowicz throws it out in front. Ball tipped up into the air. Diving effort made by Lucas Holsing, and Holsing unable to bring it in. So for the Valley City defense, they've got to be able to hold strong here. And Stefanowicz had to deal with a low snap. Not the first low snap he's had to deal with in this game, but able to pick the ball up off the ground and sling it to Holsing. Holsing with the diving effort, hit him in the hands, just tipped it up in the air, but did not go up high enough to allow Valley City to possibly get the interception. So 8.5 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. 2nd down and 10 coming up here for the Horace Hawks, and shotgun they go. Tight end's going to be pinched over to the right side. Wide receivers over to the left and to the right. Drop back to pass. Valley City sending the blitz, and if he caught it, it's a 2-yard gain. But the Valley City defender got tackled from behind going for the interception. Flag for offensive pass interference? Nope. And so it's going to be 3rd down and 8 after a very oddball play, where Valley City had a man that looked like in possession and intercepted, but then all of a sudden you see him get ankle tackled from behind, and the ball's caught for 3 yards. 3rd down and 7 here for Horace, as the clock ticks down to under 8 minutes to go here in this third quarter. 2 wide receivers, make it now 3 wide receivers, going to be rolling out here to the left, 1 wide receiver out to the right, 1 running back in the backfield. Stefanowicz dropping back to pass, has time, under pressure. Now slung it too far. Looks like he was looking for Jackson Narum, and Narum just could not get to it. So the Valley City defense forces a punt here, and, well, might have to keep an eye on Horace here, as, they might be trying to repay you for that fake punt that you ran in your own territory with a fake punt of their own. It looks like it is going to be Stefanowicz back to punt. Stefanowicz punts have been low and line drive, so you almost would rather stack your returners one up behind each other. That way, the first one, has to go off his hand. The second one's back there to handle it instead of lining them up, 2 across, because at that point, you only got 1 returner that can make a play on the ball. You want to try to, in my opinion, give at least 2 of your returners a chance to make. So the play clock's going to be reset to 25 seconds. It was down to 4. They have reset it, so waiting for the official to get the clock rolling back here. So Horace set the punt here. Stefanowicz back about 10 yards from the play. Low snap. Stefanowicz is going to be able to get this one out. Going to be a line drive knuckler that bounces at midfield. Picked up at the 40. Valley's able to get a good block out. Now they're trying to go to the outside, and it's going to be brought down just shy of the 45-yard line of Valley City. Good job right there by Ethan Miller. Was able to kind of bounce it to the outside, trying to get that angle. Just couldn't quite get to it. But Valley City was able to get a nice chip block on that return. They let it bounce, were able to pick it up, and you're able to have the blocker come in, I believe, from the right side, able to come in and pretty much lay what in a run play would be a wham block, just coming in, laying in the wham block, able to move the man outside and try to bust him outside for a big gain. So you got about 4 yards off the return. First down and 10 coming up here for Valley City. 7:40 left to go here in this third quarter, tied up. Two wide receivers to the left and to the right for Valley City. They've been running the ball well here in this third quarter. Now Heck's going to keep it out the middle. He escapes one. He's got enough for a Dairy Queen first down. So this is a new wrinkle Valley City's added in. They've added in the quarterback keeper up the middle with Heck, and Heck, good enough athlete to play center field in baseball, so you know he has enough speed to be, a threat out there on the football field. So, again, for Valley City, it's just throwing different looks at Horace. And, again, the first down running plays have been effective for Valley City. So Valley can start moving the ball effectively on the ground. It needs to be something they go back to, not just something you get 2 plays and get away from. First down and 10 for Valley City. Ball at the Horace 44. Heck going to throw a quick screen. That's going to go nowhere, as that just was not great numbers. You had 3 Horace Hawks out there to go up against 1 Valley City receiver and 1 blocker. And just those type of numbers are not going to work very often. Second down and 11 coming up after the play gets blown up for a 1-yard loss. 6:45 left to go here in this third quarter. Valley City taking their time getting this play in. Heck's going to get to the huddle with about 18 seconds to go on the play clock. Break huddle very quickly. Valley City's going to get up, and they're going to get set at about roughly 10 seconds. So 2 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, 1 running back in the backfield. Send a man in motion. Sir is going to come in as the lead blocker. And Heck's going to go out the middle, and because they had no one there to contain the edge player is able to blow that play up. And that is a fantastic play by Mason Johnson. Mason Johnson, he's not been very involved in the offense. I don't know how you don't have a 6'3" guy that can run like that be a part of your offense, but defensively, he came off the edge right there and blew that play up. So third down and 11 here for Valley City. Bryson Heck, 2 wide receivers out to the left and to the right, 1 man in the backfield and shotgun. 5 seconds on the play clock, hikes the ball, fakes the handoff, rolling out, looking for someone to pass to, stiff arms the man, and now will be sacked, and he'll get dogpiled on behind, as that'll be a sack of, well, that's going to be a sack close to about 10, 12 yards. For Valley City, I'm just puzzled why they're getting away from the run game on first down. It's like you go back to their last 3 drives. The running game has been there. They've gotten, I believe, 4 to 5 runs of 10 yards plus on their last 3 drives on first down. And the first down they go to the pass, the next first down they go to the pass, it's, it's a loss. This is going to be a line drive punt by Heck. Gets away. If it touched the returner, that could be big trouble, but it's going to roll inside the 10-yard line. That was very close to being helter-skelter as Axel Anderson just caught looking at the ball. And as a returner, if you don't pick the ball up off the first high, your next location needs to be towards the bench or as far away from the ball as you can possibly get. Because if you're a heads-up, player on special teams, all you need to do is just shove him into the ball. As soon as his foot touches the ball, it's live and you can jump on it. Again, that's why you see like some high school teams, some college teams, as soon as the ball bounces, you'll hear the returner yell, fire, 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 or whatever they need to yell to get everyone away from the ball so no one's standing around looking at it. First down and 10 for the Horace Hawks. Ball at their own 9-yard line. Low snap. Valley sending pressure. They go to Dylan Johnson on the outside, and Johnson's got room. Johnson is able to scoot through for a first down. And that run play took a little longer to set up than intended, but the extra time allowed Horace to buy enough time to get the blocks. So Dylan Johnson, after rushing for over 100 yards last week against Wapaton, has been contained pretty well here in this ball game. But it's almost like which team's going to be willing to embrace running the ball. It seems like both these offenses want to, do it their way, and their way is through the air. But, there's also room for a running game in there as well. 4:20 left to go here in this third quarter, tied up at 7 apiece. Horace with a first down, ball at their 22-yard line. They go with the handoff out the middle. Johnson gets hit, and Will Schwer spins him down. Will Schwer took home our Ivy Real Estate Group Player of the Game award last game with a forced fumble and a lot of tackles against Dickinson. He's picking up right where he left off. He blows that play up for only a 1-yard gain. Right now you're seeing two fantastic linebackers. You're seeing Will Schwer out there for Valley City, prototypical run, stop, and middle linebacker, and you're seeing a freak athlete on the outside in Mason Johnson. 6'3". Again, I don't know how you don't get him involved offensively. It looks like they play him mostly at tight end. But, I mean, quick as a hiccup. You'd like to see them get him the ball a little bit more, perhaps next week. Will Schwer coming up, and he tried to time the snap count, and he hands him 5 yards. So it's going to be an encroachment penalty on Will Schwer, and he crossed into the neutral zone, and all you got to do with the offensive lineman is just stand straight up or flinch. So that's 5 yards you can't give away. So that turns a 2nd down and 9 to a 2nd down and 4. And so it'll be a 2nd down and 4 coming up here for Horace after the encroachment penalty. 3.5 minutes left to go. Will Schwer was trying to time the snap count, but just didn't have it timed well enough. Horace has not been, what do you say, predictable on their snap counts. They've gone hard counts so many times in different situations. Stefanowicz throws the pass and throws it too tall for his intended target, Lucas Holsing. Holsing, only 5'8". Perhaps if he had 6'3" tight end Mason Johnson going for that ball, maybe he would have brought that down, but that ball just way too hot and way too high to handle. So the clock stops at 3:22. Going to be a 3rd down and 4 coming up here for Horace. And almost shocked there on 2nd down. They didn't run the ball on 3rd or on 2nd and 4. Dylan Johnson, was able to get yourself a good first down gain. But again, it just seems both these teams are just bound and determined to just throw the ball if it kills them. 3rd down and 4 coming up. Wide receivers to the left, to the right at 2 apiece in shotgun. Stefanowicz has time. Good blocking by the Hawks. Now he's going to step up and run. He's got a man to beat on the outside. Valley City's going to bring him down for a sack. Stefanowicz realized he had no one down the field. He tried to step up and run, and it was Valley City's. I believe I'm looking for the number here. Might have been Caden Amen, or it could have been Colton Griebel. And I believe that was Colton Griebel that brought him down. So Griebel able to come in and make the tackle. And so it'll be 4th down and about 6. Horace set the punt again. Feels like the first team that rattles off the long play, the long touchdown carry, the long touchdown pass is going to win this ball game. And so Stefanowicz almost trying to get Valley City to jump. It's going to be a high punt. Valley City's going to return this at the 40. They're going to try to bounce it to the outside. They're going in reverse, but now they have the edge. And they got some space. They're at the 50. Stays in bounds. Spins over. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds right at about the Horace 44-yard line. Good return by Ethan Miller, who continues to impress. Has that interception, has a nice pass caught, and has a nice return to put Valley City in Horace territory. For Valley City, they have to punch this in. This is your best field position you've had since the interception by Ethan Miller. They've been running the ball well on 1st down. It just comes down to execution, as it always does. Looks like Horace is lining up 6 men to go up against this Valley City front 5. Now they're dropping some into coverage. Valley City is going to run right up the middle here with Caden Amen. Amen able to scoot through and gain about 9 to 8 yards. So the 1st down running game is there for Valley City. And it's almost like you want this headset to go 2 ways. It's got one way to go to you, and it's got one way, hopefully, to go to the offensive coordinator and realize keep running the ball on 1st down. Horace is not being aggressive on 1st down in terms of their fronts. They showed 6, but then dropped, about half of them back into coverage. So your offensive line, the longer this game has gone on, is starting to almost look like wear down this Horace defensive front. So if the run game's there, as much as you might want to pass the ball, swallow your pride and start handing it off to your backs who have done a good job for you in this game. They're going to turn around and hand it off to Amen again. Amen's going to plunge forward. Looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. So he needed 2 yards. Looks like he should be spotted 2 downs, but This has been an interesting spot crew so far today. So it'll be enough for a Dairy Queen first down and 10 for the Highliners. Ball at the 33-yard line. So 33-yard line for Valley City. At the Horace 33 nonetheless, with 1:10 left to go in this third quarter. Send a man in motion. Going to be McLaughlin coming in as the lead blocker. Comes in front of Bryson Heck in shotgun. They're going to run the ball with Amin again. Amin's got space. He's got space at the middle. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Highliners. And Amin finally busts through. He's been running the ball well all day, finally gets the space, and he cracks through for a big gain and a big touchdown run, 33 yards for Caden Amin. So Valley City now has a lead in the third quarter. The question is, how much will it be by? And the student section signals that the kick is good, and the officials signal that it is good as well. So 14-7, Valley City with 56 seconds left to go here in the third quarter on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. So for Valley City, that is a drive they most desperately needed, as the running game was there. They didn't get away from it that time. And Caden Amin, who has not been, one of the featured backs this season for Valley City, is getting more of a look today. Scooted through, able to get that touchdown run. Borg has also had himself a good game as well. So for Valley City, if the running game is there, that is something that they might be able to take to the bank here against West Fargo Horace. The defense has been stout. Now it has to be stout and try to stop Horace here, as they'll be set to return this kick. Bryson Eck back to kick for Valley City. Ball being spotted at the 40. And it's a line drive kick. That's going to bounce at the 20. Going to be picked up at the 10. Horace again having some space in front of them. They're going up the middle, and they'll be brought down just shy of the 35. We got ourselves a flag down, and that could be unnecessary roughness against Valley City, and that would not be ideal. Again, there's extracurricular activities going on. There's been extracurricular activities going on this entire game, and now the flag gets thrown for it, perhaps. Interesting timing, to say the least. You would expect there to at least have been one flag thrown the first time it happened, not necessarily the 20th time. And so there's going to be a 15-yard penalty, going to be grasping the face mask, and it's going to be Connor Sir. And there's just been extracurricular activities going on right there, and it's sometimes you just got to know when to disengage. I understand this football, and it's a very aggressive sport, but you already gave up a big return. They were going to get the ball at the 35, past the 35-yard line. Now you give an extra 15 yards, so they're starting in your own territory. So first down and 10 for Horace. Ball just on the Valley City side of the field, probably at their own 48. Stefanowicz goes to the handoff to Johnson. Johnson gets met for about a 5-yard gain. And the play clock and the game clock now separated by 3 seconds here. So the play clock should, in fact, be turned off, but it's going to continue to run here. So Horace is going to have to run a play. Looks like they're going to mark him down for about a 4-yard carry on first down. So for Horace, got to put a little bit of pace in the step here if they're going to try to run more than one play here. They're going to come set to the line of scrimmage with about 10 seconds left to go. Again, play clock is off. Stefanowicz in shotgun, 2 wide receivers to his left. Stefanowicz, 3 seconds. Ball gets by him. Stefanowicz now throwing back, throwing it deep, and he does a good job. He throws it in the vicinity of his wide receiver that was right at the line of scrimmage. So he's going to avoid the intentional grounding penalty. So good play by Stefanowicz to avoid giving up what would have been a spot foul plus 10 yards, which would have just killed that Horace drive. So we go to the fourth quarter with Valley City leading 14-7. Back here in a minute on the voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Staying at home, surrounded by family and friends, free of pain with your illness under control. Support for your family caregivers. That's what Americans want most at Life's End. Hospice makes it happen. With the help of hospice, patients and families alike can focus on what's most important, enjoying life together and living as fully as possible. CHI Health at Home would like to help make that happen. For more information, contact CHI Health at Home 855-860-3464 or chihealthathome.info.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
So we're back here at Hannah Field in Valley City, and the Highliners got some good news. The officials, after a long, deliberate conversation, decided it was, in effect, intentional grounding. That, to me, seems a bit harsh. Valley City might have sour grapes about the ball that got it spotted, short of a first down by about 4 yards. Horace has, I think, a legitimate gripe about this being ruled intentional grounding because the ball got back to the line of scrimmage. The quarterback, don't know if he was out of the tackle box, but it was thrown in the vicinity of a wide receiver. And now, instead of just marching the ball backwards 5 yards from where the foul was, or where the penalty was committed because intentional grounding, it's where the penalty is committed plus the 5 yards and a loss of down. Now we're marking the ball at the 40-yard line. And I know the field's flipped here, but that ball was so much deeper than the 40-yard line. So unless they're going to pick the ball up and march it backwards another 5 yards, this is another interesting spot to enforce this at. I mean, we have 3 officials surrounding the ball like they're protecting a secret. So actually, the sticks were the ones that were in the wrong spot. So the officials spotted the ball correctly. The sticks, well, they were a little behind. And it's going to be 4th down here for the Horace Hawks. And, well, now they're heading off the field. Okay. Well, I don't know if anyone really knows what's going on here. We have it should be 3rd down. Yeah, it is 3rd down. Okay. Yeah, the PA announcer announced 4th down, and he wasn't lost. He was looking at the indicator for the first down, for the line of scrimmage, and it said 4th down. He says 4th down. Well, it's actually 3rd down. So it's 3rd down right now. The ball's at the 40-yard line. The line of scrimmage marker is at the 45. There's an old Vince Lombardi saying of what, is going on around here. That's all I can hear going in my head right now. We have the ball on the 40-yard line. We have the line of scrimmage marker at the 45. And now the line of scrimmage marker finally moves to the 40-yard line. It's now 3rd down. So it's 3rd down and 18 here for Horace. Line of gain will be the Valley City 38-yard line. So Horace sending trips to the left. Stefanowicz drop back to pass, has some time, steps up, underthrows his man, and that's going to be a wobbler. That's going to be knocked down at the 40-yard line. So that intentional grounding, which was not called when it happened, but rather during the intermission break, I mean, that is huge. And again, for Valley City, they had a drive possibly taken away from them because of a bit of an iffy spot. And Horace has some sour grapes there as well. And I think they have legitimate sour grapes. Maybe my perspective is playing tricks on me, but it looked like that the quarterback was throwing to a guy that was in the vicinity, and it looked like the ball got back to the line of scrimmage, so it doesn't really matter if he was out of the tackle box or not. So Horace is going to be set to punt this one away. Stefanowicz, he shanked it, or he didn't get a lot on it, so this is going to be in Valley City territory, but the official is going to start walking it forward here, and he's got his hand up showing where the ball is going to be spotted. It's like Mountain Climber and Price is Right, and he stops at the 38-yard line. You can hear the yodeling music as soon as he starts when he stops at the 38. So ball on the 38-yard line here for Valley City. You feel like the game possibly hanging in the balance here. If the Highliners can find a way to punch this in for 6, it could possibly be the death knell in this game. Got to take care of the ball, though. Man nearly jumps offside for Horace. I see he's going to run up the middle with Borg. Borg going to be stuffed at the line, maybe got a yard. So 2nd down and 9 coming up here for the Highliners. Ball going to be spotted at the 39-yard line. So it looks like Johnson was in there on the tackle. And again, just looking at Mason Johnson, 6'3", junior running back / linebacker. What I've seen, they used him mostly as a tight end today. I don't know how they haven't gotten him more involved in that offense, because he's got size and speed to be a weapon. But for Valley City, I think they're going to be grateful that he hasn't played a lot on offense. Heck, rolling out, has some space to run if he wants to take it. He's going to chuck it deep, has shape, and shape over just wasn't in the right spot. But that's having a gunslinger at quarterback. Heck has a lot of faith in his arm, but sometimes you got to know when to tuck and run and take your free 10 yards and move on. What would have been at least would have been a 3rd and 1 if he doesn't make it to the first down marker, if he would have got caught from behind, is now a 3rd down and 9. So 3rd down and 9 here for Valley City. They've picked up some big 3rd downs before, but well, they're going to need to pick one up right now as we're just underway here in the 3rd quarter play. Valley City leading 14-7 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Heck, stepping up the pass, and that's got to be pass interference, and they don't call it. The cornerback made no attempt to play the ball, runs right into him headlong, and there's no attempt to go for it at all, but it's not a penalty. Okay, so it's now going to be 4th down and 9. This is rough. 4th down and 9 coming up here. So Valley City has faked a punt one time, but this is just going to be a straight-up punt. It's a good rugby punt. It gets over the head of the returner, and it's rolling. It's rolling. Valley City's hoping it's going to die, and it does die inside the 5-yard line, and it's Bryson Heck pulling out the pitching wedge and laying it perfectly 3 yards shy of the hole. Rugby kicks are so hard for a returner because you just don't know where it's going. You're essentially trying to assess the situation from about 40 yards back, and if you're not getting to it in time, the worst thing that can happen is you hit the ball with your hand, and it takes a ricochet that you can't get to, and you give up a possession. So Heck does a good job right there to pin Horace inside their own 5-yard line. 10:37 left to go in the ball game. Huge drive coming up here for Valley City. If they can force a 3-and-out here, oh, this could be the turning point in the ball game. So Stefanowicz in the shadow of his own end zone, dropping back to pass, throws it, able to get it to his man, and that looks like it should be enough for a 1st down. If not, it's going to be about a 2nd and 1 coming up here, depending on the spot. Looks like they are going to rule him just a bit short. I believe that was Israel Bauer on the catch. Oh, no, they're going to say incomplete. Okay. So there was no flag. There was a slippage of the penalty flag. Only there was a slippage of the penalty flag a couple plays ago. They ruled a pass interference, but it is going to be enough for a Horace 1st down. So 1st down and 10 for Horace after the nice curl route gives them I'll call it right about a 10-yard gain. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Hawks at their own 15-yard line. 10:25 left to go here in the ball game. Valley City leading 14-7. Trips out to the right or to the left for Stefanowicz. They're going to run it up the middle, and Will Schwer is there. And he ran right into the concrete roadblock. That is number 55 for Valley City. And Ty Gary, who's got the lone touchdown for Horace, got absolutely nothing on that carry. Will Schwer, again, is a very good guard for Valley City, can pull in the run game, but his prowess behind his defensive line as that linebacker and that leader of this defense is very, very important for this Highliner team. And now we have, I believe, a timeout being called here by Horace, and they'll have to burn one of those timeouts. So timeout brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
Back here at Hannah Field, it is Valley City with a 7-point lead, 14-7 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. 9:40 left to go in the ball game. Second down and 10 coming up here for the Horace Hawks at their own 15. Score coming in right now, it's 40-6 Jamestown over Wahpeton to start the fourth quarter. Two wide receivers out to the left. They're going to go for the handoff again. And a lot of bodies, but not a lot of progression up the middle for Horace. Maybe got a yard or two on the carry, so that'll bring up a third down and 8. So for all the time for Horace to start getting conservative, down 7 and deep in your own territory was not the time I would have expected them to start trying to embrace the run game. So third down and about 8 coming up here for Horace. Ball at the 17-yard line. Line of gain is going to be the Valley City 24. Horace is late getting this play in. They're going to get the play in with less than 10 seconds on the play clock. They already had to burn a timeout because of this last time. They're lining up quick. Valley City might be able to tee off here. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Stefanowicz gets the play off at 1. Stefanowicz drawing back to pass. Valley City sending the pressure. He's looking deep. He's got a man, and it is caught for a big gain. Valley City could not contain the deep pass. Lucas Holsing brings in a catch of right around 30 yards. And so Horace goes from deep in their own end to possibly having to punt to in business right now, just shy of Valley City territory. Valley City only sent 4 on the play, and Horace was able to make them pay with a deep shot. So first down and 10 for the Hawks. 8:45 left to go in the ball game. Clock stopped as the man got out of bounds. Sending a man in motion. It's going to be Olsen. Now they're going up the middle here. It's a good run up the middle. Valley City's able to trip him up. And it's going to be Ty Gary on the carry again. Amen able to get over there and, high-low him to stop a bigger gain. But it is a good first down carry of about 5.5 yards. So second down and a short 5 coming up. And this situation is very, very interesting. Horace is in 4-down territory. They were in 4-down territory as soon as they crossed into Valley City territory, barring an absolutely, game-altering play. Horace is not going to be punting on this drive. Now they're going up the middle again with Gary. Gary trying to run through, and Valley City is able to hold the roadblock and able to stop him just shy of the sticks, but it's going to bring up a third down and 1. Well, that is a bit of a fortuitous spot. And now you got the chains moving. You had the referee not signaling first down, but the chains were moving regardless. I don't know how that got spotted at first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1 regardless, but you still want to make them earn that yard. I mean, the tackler's, backside was sitting where the first down was, and the runner certainly wasn't through his backside at that point. So first down and 10 for Horace in Valley City territory at the 42-yard line. Wide receiver false starts, and there was going to be an outcry from the stands and the sidelines. It was the wide receiver, I believe it was Gavin Olsen, kind of took a jab step, and that type of flinch is going to draw the flag every time. You're almost better off just kind of jogging in motion and then coming set about 5 yards from where you were just to, avoid the penalty, but just a little bit confused on the snap, so it'll bring up a first down and 15. Horace ball at the Valley City 47-yard line. 7:34 left to go in the game. Clock is stopped. And so Horace getting to the line of scrimmage here, going to get set up about 10 seconds on the play clock. 2 wide receivers out to the left and to the right. Horace finally gets set at about 7. Stefanowicz in shotgun, deals with a low snap. Is throwing the screen pass to the outside, and Valley City's going to stop it for about a 5-yard gain. So it'll be a second down and 10 coming up. On the tackle right there was going to be Colton Griebel. So Griebel able to just essentially make the penalty a moot point, as it'll be 2nd down and 10, as the clock will continue to roll here as Griebel was able to keep him inbounds. So 7:10 left to go in this ball game. And if Horace does score here, and if they take their time scoring, you're going to be interested to see if they go for 2 or not. 2 wide receivers out to the right. Stefanowick's in shotgun, 2nd down and 10 for Horace. They turn around, hand the ball off to Gary. Gary's got space, and he's going to have a 1st down. Yeah, they spot him close, and they're going to wave it for a 1st down. Stepped out of bounds right at that 1st down marker. And now there's a Horace Hawk player that is down. Can't quite pick up the number on it. And might just be getting the wind knocked out of him. Looks like that it is going to be an offensive lineman. So we'll take the quick pause. And we'll be back here hopefully as soon as that injury is cleared up. Keep it right here on 1490 AM, 96.3 FM, KOVC.
Every body is different. Some experience injuries, while others need extra support.
I'll help you, Grandma.
At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, your health is what matters most. Our orthopedics and sports medicine team care for you and your unique needs. Their goal is to help you live your best life. Choose Jamestown Regional Medical Center for care of hips, shoulders, knees, and broken bones. Learn more at jrmcnd.com/orthopedics.
And so, luckily, the Horace Hawk player is able to walk underneath his own power. It's going to be Levi Gordon, the offensive lineman, heading off the field. So Horace getting a 1st down and 10. Ball at the Valley City 30, might be about the 32-yard line. So Valley City leading by 7 with 6:48 left to go here in the ball game. The longer Horace takes the scores, the more and more that decision of if they're going to go for 2 or not comes up. They're going to turn around, hand it off the middle again, and they're starting to get some stuff going up the middle there, as that is going to be another carry for Gary. And it'll be about a 7-yard gain. And we got another Horace Hawk player that's down. And this time it is Gary. And that is a huge loss for Horace. He has been about the one guy that has consistently been putting up yardage for the Hawks. And he's going to try to walk underneath his own power. So this injury might be cleared away quick. But for Horace, if they're losing what has been their bell cow so far in this game, and he's going to head off, and he's walking off, so it doesn't look like that potentially he could be done for the day. But Horace is essentially going to get the free respite of the injury timeout, and they quickly get up to the line of scrimmage, so 6:33 left to go here in the ball game. Man coming in motion here for Horace. They go with the handoff again. Valley City is able to blow that one up. Might have been good for a little bit over a yard. But it'll bring up a 3rd down and call it about 2, a long 2. So for Horace here, you can play the numbers game and try to just power on forward here for 2 yards on 2 carries. Or you can take your shot here on 3rd down. And again, the problem with taking so long to score is that more and more questions have to be answered on what's going to happen if you score. So 3rd down and 2 coming up here. Ball at the Valley City 35-yard, or excuse me, the 25-yard line. They hand the ball out the middle. Dylan Johnson goes forward for a 1st down. It'll be at the 20. So 1st down and 10. Ball at the Valley City 20-yard line. So the clock stops to get the chains resetted. And now the clock just isn't moving. The clock has to move, and you talk about sometimes hometown scoreboard operator. We got no town scoreboard operator. 5:46, and now the clock stops, but there's about 10 to 20 seconds that should have been off the clock already that Horace gets to use. They're going to hand the ball off outside to Dylan Johnson. Johnson's got some space. He shrugs off one tackler and gets very close to the boundary line. Don't know if he got out of bounds or not, but it's going to be about an 8-yard gain. And in a game like this, 10 to 15 seconds can make all the difference in the world. So 2nd down and 3 coming up here after the 7-yard carry. If they get the 1st down here, it'll be 1st and goal. Horace in shotgun with 2 wide receivers out to the right, 1 running back in the backfield. They have not turned away from the running game so far on this drive, and they won't start now. Dylan Johnson goes up the middle, and he he gets shoved backwards, so not a lot on it, but it'll set up another 3rd down and short here for the Hawks. And so now the official is going to spot him. No, they're going to say they got a yard on the carry. It looks like one of the officials is going to spot him inside the 10. So 3rd down and a little over a yard here for Horace. Again, for Horace, they're obviously in 4-down territory. Decision to kick a field goal here would result in a firing before the coach could get his team set. So 3rd down and 1 to go for the Hawks. Ball at the Valley City 12. They're going to go right up the middle of the Johnson. No, they fake the handoff. They go outside, and they're going to get it just shy of the Valley City 5-yard line after not getting involved in the game and all day on offense. Mason Johnson rolled out on a little tight end screen and was finally able to get that 1st down. So the clock continues to run. We get inside of 4 minutes to play. 14-17 for Valley City. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. The running game for Horace has finally caught up. They have run the ball effectively on this drive. But now with less field to protect, Valley City might be ready to load up the wagons and sell out to stop the run. 5 seconds on the play clock. 4, 3, 2. They finally get it off. They go up the middle to Johnson. Johnson gets stuffed, and he'll go nowhere. And that'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 6. Yeah, they're going to spot him at the 5, so 1-yard gain. So 2nd down and goal to go from the Valley City 5. Every time a play call is run, 40 or more seconds can get run from the clock. And Horace, again, taking their sweet time getting this play in. You know, there's some jogging going on here. And they're going to get the play into everyone with less than 10 seconds to go. So they're going to get lined up here with about 6 seconds. 2 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, and shotgun again for Horace. Hike the ball at 3. Hand off up the middle, and Will Schwer is there to eat it alive. Dropped him for a 2 to 3 yard loss. And it's the senior middle linebacker coming in to make it 3rd and goal from the 7. Horace has not turned away from the run game, but 2 runs have yielded a net result of -1 yard. So 3rd down and goal to go from the Valley City 7-yard line. Horace getting the play in here late as usual. 10 seconds on the play clock. 2:15 left to go in the ball game. Horace lined up here with 5 seconds to go on the play clock. In shotgun. They fake the handoff. They throw the flat route. It's a one-on-one matchup on the outside. He dives into the end zone for a touchdown. And it was Mason Johnson. Mason Johnson for Horace, better late than never. And he finally gets into the end zone after not being utilized all game. Valley City bit a little too hard on the run fake. It was a one-on-one matchup on the outside. Honestly, it could have been called offensive pass interference. The wide receiver made no attempt to make any type of move or route or anything. He was blocking all the way down. So Horace attempting the extra point here. In high school, these aren't given. It's a low snap, kick on the way. It's blocked! It's blocked at the line! It was a bad snap. It was a low kick, and the Valley City Special Teams unit is able to swallow it up. So now more than ever, we have a situation brewing here at Hannah Field. Valley City, I believe, you got the Horace Hawks, I believe, with 2 timeouts. So if you have 2 timeouts, you can kick. If you don't get the onside kick here, you can still have a chance to win. But if you kick off here, you're trusting your defense and playing the field position game. Horace hasn't attempted a field goal all day. And judging by that PAT, they have to get to within PAT range to even think about attempting a field goal. This is a huge decision here for Horace. Valley City is not going to move away from the run game. It is going to be 2 runs to make Horace use up their timeouts, and then it's going to come down to a 3rd down conversion if Horace decides to kick this away. If it's an onside kick, Valley City might have 4 downs to work with. Horace is going to get set at the 40, and it looks like they're scrambling to get a PA or to get a onside kick here. 2:01 left to go. Onside kick. Valley City leads 14-13. It's a squirmer right down the middle. High hop, and Valley City, I think they've got it, and they do. The hands team comes up for the Highliners, and Valley City will take over at their own 44-yard line. So if my math is correct, Horace has 2 timeouts. It says 3 timeouts on the Lure Lockout Financial scoreboard, and we haven't been keeping track of timeouts since the beginning of the season. But Horace had to call a timeout. They have 2 left, I believe. So Valley City should run the ball here twice, make Horace use up their timeouts, then play for a 3rd down conversion. 1:58 left to go here in the ball game. Valley City leads by 1. Have a chance to put this game away with a well-timed drive. They'll go right up the middle to Amin. Amin able to get 2 to 3 yards. And Horace is not taking their timeouts. So Valley City just run this clock down. There is no reason to run anything other than a play at the latest you can. Honestly, there's no even points in really keeping your timeouts. I'd almost run the clock down, start calling your timeouts as soon as the play clock gets down to 0, just to ensure that you're using as much time as you can. Valley City sending a man in motion out of shotgun as the lead blocker. It'll be another run play. Another high snap. Valley City goes up the middle. Amin shakes free of 1. He's trying to fight forward. Here comes the rugby scrum. It's going to get him probably about midfield. And now here comes the timeout. We're untangling some bodies. And now the ball is going to be spotted at the just shy of midfield. It'll be at the Valley City 49. So 1:05 will be on the game clock. So if I wasn't keeping track of timeouts correctly, Horace has either 1 or none left. The decision by Horace there to not call a timeout, if they did have 2 left on that first play, is quite puzzling. Valley City, again, in this scenario, if that was Horace's last timeout, it's better off if you make them use their last timeout here. A first down is nice. It wins the game. But an incomplete pass here gives Horace the ability to keep a timeout with just under 1 minute to play if Valley City chooses to punt. The real question here, though, folks, is what if Valley City gets this ball to the 45-yard line? It'd be a yard short of a first down, and the run game's been able to get at least 1 yard, it seems, every carry. What will happen then? 3rd down and 7 for Valley City. A first down ends the game. They're sending a man in motion. They've been true to the run so far. Looks like Bryson Heck's almost trying to get him to jump offside with a possible hard count. 10 seconds on the play clock. They hike the ball. They're going right up the middle to Amin, and Amin just going to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And so Horace is going to call their timeout. So, again, for Horace, it's just, I think they're going to stop the clock here with a minute. So Horace has no timeouts. So Horace has no timeouts. We'll keep it right here. Timeout, of course, brought to you by our very good friends over at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation for Valley City. You do not go for this. Under any circumstances, you do not go for this. You do not try to play hero ball here and on 4th and 7 call another fake punt, or 4th and 7 try to dial up a pass play. No, you kick this deep. You trust Bryson Heck, who has done a fantastic job all day punting the ball. Let him try to pin them deep. For West Fargo Horace, the passing game completely, or the running game, I should say, completely goes out the window because you can't afford to have a running play that gets stopped short of a first down and have time roll off the clock. So the clock's going to be reset here to 1:02. Rugby punt is going to take probably close to 10 seconds off the clock. Question is here, will Horace try to return it? They got their return man. I believe that is going to be Axel Anderson. Axel standing on about the Valley City 10. So 4th down and 7 punt coming up here for Valley City. 1:02 left to go in the ball game. Horace has taken their last time out. And Hex punt going to be a low line drive. Going to bounce at 20. Takes a high hop. Horace is going to get a return out of this. They bounce it to the outside and get swallowed up. The Valley City Special Teams unit comes up huge there. And it might have been Will Schwer getting down there to make the tackle. Even also there for Valley City. Might have been Connor Sir down there as well. So Will Schwer and Connor Sir, the two seniors, able to combine for a tackle. So 52 seconds left to go in the ball game. Horace has no timeouts. They trail by 1, 14-13 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Horace is not going to trust themselves to kick this ball from anything less than PAT range. So if we get to the 10-yard line, Horace might try to kick. But they are playing for the touchdown. Valley City's job, don't let them get out of bounds. Keep them in the middle. Clock does stop for a first down. Stefanovic dropping back to pass, and he throws it to the outside, and it's going to be caught by Olsen. Olsen going to be tackled for a gain of 11, and just enough for a first down, and I believe he does get out of bounds as well. That play took 7 seconds off the clock, but it will take no more as it got out of bounds. Valley City cannot allow Horace to continually get 10 yards and get out of bounds. 45 seconds left to go here in the ball game. The biggest thing for Valley City right now outside of a turnover would be a sack or a tackle for loss in bounds. Valley City sending the pressure. Schwer gets stood up on the blitz. They throw it over the middle. He's got a long way to go to the sideline. He cuts it up in play, and that's going to be a terrible mistake. He's going to be tackled for a 5-yard gain, but tick, 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 tick. The clock is running. And Horace, that doesn't look like they're going to clock it. This play might get them 5 to 6 yards, but it cost them 20 seconds. 20 seconds left to go here. Horace dropping back to pass with Stefanovic. Valley City dropping 8. Pass over the middle. It's dropped over the middle. Oh, that would have gotten him deep in the Valley City territory. Would have been tackled in bounds, but he would have been down at about the 40. 15 seconds left to go in the ball game. Horace legitimately has time for probably 3 plays, and that is assuming they get out of bounds on each one of them or get out of bounds on the first 2. 14-13. Valley City leads, 15 seconds to go. Ball at the Horace 37-yard line. If Stefanovic has any magic, now's the time for him to show it. 3rd and 4. Stefanovic dropping back to pass. Valley City sending pressure. There's a holding penalty. It doesn't matter what this play is. It's God, but it doesn't matter. Olsen can run all the way to Fargo. It doesn't matter. It's coming back. So 10-yard penalty and 2 seconds to go. This better be holding. So it is holding. Everyone's coming back. Valley City sent the pressure. They got mugged from behind to stop a sack. So 10 yards backwards for Horace, and it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So it'll back them up even farther because Stefanovic was significantly behind the line of scrimmage where that penalty happened at. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what the down and distance is. What you need to know is that it's 2 seconds to go. It's 3rd and 14. Valley City leads by 1. There's time for 1 play unless a defensive penalty happens. The game cannot end on a defensive penalty. 3rd down and 14. 2 seconds to go. Horace in shotgun, running back in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the left and to the right. Stefanovic stepping up. Ball is deflected, and the game is over. The Highliners win, and they storm the field. The student section comes running on out, and the Highliners survive. They defeat the Horace Hawks 14-13 as the defense was strong all day, and now you got the student section now getting ushered back to the student section by the football team. Classic move by the Highliners. But Valley City wins 14-13. The defense came through in the end. The difference in this game, a botched PAT by Horace. They seemingly had tied the game with a little over 2 minutes to go. But a botched snap, a botched kick allowed Valley City to block it, and Valley City will escape with a 14-13 win over West Fargo Horace in a big win for Valley City. We'll be back here in a little bit with the post-game show. Keep it right here on the Voice of the Valley, 1490 AM and 96.3 FM, KOVC.
Staying at home, surrounded by family and friends, free of pain with your illness under control. Support for your family caregivers. That's what Americans want most at Life's End. Hospice makes it happen. With the help of hospice, patients and families alike can focus on what's most important, enjoying life together and living as fully as possible. CHI Health at Home would like to help make that happen. For more information, contact CHI Health at Home, 855-860-3464 or chihealthathome.info.